It ain't no thing to do my thing, it's what I did the best. I copped that crib and bought 2 chains and then I hid the rest. And it's okay to do your thing, but just don't do the most. I put my friends in that old Benz and took that to the coast. It ain't no thing to do my thing, it's what I do the best. I fill my mattress, pay my taxes, then I blew the rest. And it's okay to do your thing, but just don't do the least. I quit my boss and cooked that sauce and fed that to the streets. Sliding it like a wet flow, already fried from the get-go. Alligators look like gecko, everything I do they echo. Big facts, my bank on big man, my drip too wet, that spit can. Yo, swap me like Q-tips, hold that there like dip can. No rehearse, need no reverb, hold your lip, don't say 3 words. Quick trip to get that lick, broad tree fur if you prefer. Quick ride, no time, I'm in there. She clockwise, real good skincare, no TikTok for that. They know that love don't live there. I can't roll dice on your plan. Red Rover, I don't hold hands. Get fortune from my foresight. Investment brought me 4 bands. Don't roll rage, I get. We'll wheel all by your forehead. Them city John be like he lit. Them country girls be like, go ahead. If I ain't that man, then I gotta be more than human. How you mean? Funny how the people back then who was hating on the kid always talking about how you clean. Put a little gas in the blunt and I don't pass broke. Just please be cool, but I can't blame you. I won't shame you. I probably wanna be me too. It ain't no thing to do my thing, it's what I did the best. I copped that crib and bought 2 chains and then I hid the rest. And it's okay to do your thing, but just don't do the most. I put my friends in that old Benz.
Listen, man. I ain't never want Odell Beckham on this team in the first place, goddamn. Oh, I ain't want Odell Beckham on this team, no way. Listen, man. Y'all asked, bro. Y'all asked, and we delivered like DoorDash. We delivered. You know what I mean? Normally the round tables, we'll all get together, man. We'll probably do 40 minutes or something. I try to be respectful of everybody's time. We'll go 50, 55 minutes. Y'all, you know, just for Christmas, just for y'all, the week before we beat the shit out of the Eagles, you know what I'm talking about? On the Lord's Day, we're going to give y'all 2 hours tonight. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to give y'all 2 hours. Let's go. So please, man, get y'all snacks, get y'all water, get y'all affairs in order. That shit rhymes. I might hold on to that. I like that to pieces. All right, cool. Come on, son. Get your snacks, get your water, get your
wrote that.
Hey, come on.
That was hard.
Freestyle.
The Lombardicus. Listen, man, this is the Roundtable. There's 5 E's on it for a reason. A lot of people have tables that are round and spherical and, you know, circular and things of that nature, but there's only one table that is built like this. We have Brother Law Nation to the left of me, to the left of him. You got a Koye. Let me give us a little bit of you got a Koye Media to the left of him, right up under that. You got Fuster King right up under me. I got my point guard, William Stilliam. What's good, gentlemen?
What's good, baby?
Man, you know, I just don't want y'all to behave, man, but Will still actually has theme music, so my bad.
Let that rock, Will. Come on.
Skywalker still actually got theme music. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to the Voch Lombardi live show. That's why I got the theme music, man.
You know, we working, man. We working. Listen, Chad, we ain't finna hold y'all down with intros and all that, man. We ain't got a whole bunch to do today. If you want to shop at Manscaped or something for Christmas or something, use Voch20. You want to shop at True Classic, use promo code VOCH 25%. We just doing shit like that. All right, let's get started, y'all.
Shave them balls.
Shameless.
Say the ball.
Shameless. Shame. Law, where's your thing? Shame.
True Classic Tees, Manscaped, man. Come on, man. Listen, chat. We have a fun-filled show for y'all today, man. Got a lot of things in Cowboy Nation to talk about. We got some O-line drama that we're gonna discuss. We might get an argument or two. We'll see what's going on.
Rocks early.
Nah.
Hey, Law. We might come back to that conversation. You already
We're
know
gonna
that
get
conversation.
No
ain't
doubt.
gonna be
We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna talk about our defense. We're gonna talk about our beloved offensive coordinator. We're gonna talk about the play. It's a 2-hour show. What the hell y'all want? We're gonna talk about our play caller. We're gonna talk about I have this game called More or Less that we're gonna end up playing a little bit. We're gonna get all y'all involved. But right now, I'm gonna start this off.
One more drink. Go ahead, start.
You go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. Take a sip. We're gonna be here. I'm gonna start this off, man. I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinion. I'm just gonna roll it around the table and let y'all kind of say what y'all got to say, man. Backstage, I said that I'm kind of warming up to this T.Y. Hilton thing. I'll tell you why. You know, and because it's interesting because when the Odell Beckham news was like way up here, I was like, oh shit. Odell Beckham, and then the Odell Beckham news cycle kind of went down a little bit, and I was like, all right, cool. But then the whole T.Y. Hilton thing happened. This is what I like about T.Y. Hilton. He's not too big to play regular season games. You know, T.Y. Hilton knees feel just fine right now. We don't have to take him to a Mavericks game or nothing like that. You know what I mean? He's ready to work day one. He's ready to get acclimated day one. He said, man, look, me and the coach have been up here for 10 hours trying to learn this damn playbook. He been working with that day one, you know what I mean? And I like what D Law said a couple of days ago, right? He was like, yeah, I mean, I would love to have Odell if he's on what we on, you know, but if it's going to be a circus, then I'm good. And of course, the more the Odell thing happens, it feels like a circus. T.Y. say, oh, you need me Sunday? Let me get this playbook ready so I can be ready for Sunday. And I just love that for T.Y. And, you know, I'm just loving the idea of veteran leadership in this locker room, especially at the wide receiver position. Because our wide receiver one may have the talent of the wide receiver one, but from the neck up, he does have some growing to do, and that's what T.Y. Hilton can help him with. Fusty King, just give me any opening remarks that you have about T.Y. Hilton or any disagreements about what I just said, sir.
He came and he worked out. Like that's a start. You know, the Odell saga has been kind of draining for me, and you're 10-3 without him. So figure it out. Right. I think T.Y., the fact that he came, he worked out, he was ready to go. You know, he seems elated. And you don't need T.Y. to be Indianapolis T.Y. You need T.Y. to make big plays and stretch the defense. So that's for me. That's how I feel.
Koye Media, do you think T.Y. Hilton still has the athleticism that he used to have to where he can help you be that down the field guy? Or do you think T.Y. is going to be more so of a down under type dude that just kind of works within them zones and just does?
I think T.Y. reminds me of, I said this the other day, man, it reminds me of Deshaun Jackson, a guy who still got good enough speed, and then he got a name and a history that warrants you not putting a bum on him and respecting him deep. So even if he's nothing more than a decoy due to his respect that he'll get in the league, he can open things up for guys like Gallup underneath, who we saw. He's still there with his hands, but his separation not there yet because I don't think he's cutting as hard as he used to. You know what I mean? Sure, but it'll open things up for those guys underneath to work. James Washington, those guys. If T.Y. can just come in, be an early deep threat when he first starts, you know what I mean? After that, everything else doesn't really matter. If he's good for 40 yards a game, I'm happy with that, or at least an attempt to let you know that when he's on the field, you got to respect him. That makes CD and everybody else better. So I like him, even if it's just from that aspect. I think he has enough to do that.
Will, still, me and you talked about this Wednesday, and it was actually breaking news when it happened, which is the perks of being a 306 show. Have your thoughts changed, between then and now? Like, because when it first happened, we was like, all right, is this true? Let's look the shit up and But there's been a lot more news since then. So has anything changed for you, Will? Still?
He has the potential to be the ultimate wild card in this offense because he brings an entirely different skill set than everybody on the wide receiver room. I think most of our receivers are the same. They're mostly possession-ish type of guys, right? Like Noah, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb. They're possession type of guys. We don't have that dude that has wiggle. We don't have that veteran that can get deep. And I know Michael Gallup was that deep guy, but T.Y. can, he can go deep. Last year, he had 7 targets, 20-plus yards down the field, caught 4 of them for $169 and a touchdown. If he could bring just that, over the next 4 games, that opens up the offense immensely, squad. So if T.Y. can do that role alone, that'll help. And I'm also, here's one small part that I'm hoping helps well. I hope he can also go to Kellen and say, hey, this concept don't make sense. This don't work.
Sure.
I think this might be better because guess what? Michael Gallup ain't doing that. CeeDee Lamb ain't doing that. Jalen Tolbert ain't doing that. Noah Brown ain't doing that. James Washington ain't doing that.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
he got the name to be able to.
Yeah, he
Him
got
or
the resume.
Odell could have done that too, though. I think. Yeah,
Now-
but
now-
T.Y. got the respect. I think that.
And not just, and I mean, it's not just Kellen either, but Dak, right? Like, hey, Dak, maybe this, maybe that.
But look though, won't that like look away like T.Y. Hilton third down the job like yo Kellen, this ain't it, player. This something need to happen. It's not gonna be.
Well,
able to
you do it respectfully, right? Well,
T.Y. Hilton, the locker room problem. Dallas is a mess. Now, Law. Let me ask you about T.Y. Hate to make you go last because you know what I'm saying this is a fantastic panel. Anybody going last on this panel definitely ain't got shit to talk about. So, Law, tell me about T.Y. Hilton, whatever's left. But then the idea that Odell Beckham still could sign in here. Are you out on the whole Odell thing since we got T.Y.? You want to see what T.Y. got? If T.Y. look like shit, all right, fuck it, let's go get Odell. Or like where you at? Or let's just run them both. Where you at with this?
It's a wide receiver party, and the more the merrier. Jerry Jones, he's high on Odell. He said that he may bring him in for the postseason. That's cool with me. More the merrier. I look at T.Y. or Odell, they better than Jalen Tolbert, and I'm quite sure that they can bring more to the table than James Washington, right? James Washington flew around and caught. Hey, go Mavs, baby. But James Washington had a situation where the ball hit him between the 8 and 3, and he got hit. Kapow!
They throw it to him again.
Oh my foot.
I ain't see him again.
Let me go to the
Keller
spot.
says, "Come sit to me. Sit next to me."
Come here.
So here's the thing.
Oh man, you got some trolls,
Hey,
buddy.
It's only 5 E's in the round table, dog. Sit your ass down.
Chill, bro.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
trying to get in.
he wanna be a star. Hey, I'm dead.
Short area quickness.
I know he
think
famous.
that's why
Tap his pockets,
Why
Law.
Hilton can find the soft spots in the zone, and especially since Kellen Moore loved the Y option routes or the option routes or what have you, I think that T.Y. Hilton can find the soft spots better than James Washington, better than Jalen Tolbert, better than Noah Brown, and probably better than CeeDee Lamb. So I like the T.Y. acquisition that you can put him on the outside and the inside. So that's something that I really like that he brings to the table. T.Y. We don't have no alibi now. It's gonna be ugly, man.
I agree, Law, and you know, partially what I was thinking about last Thursday when I did the show is Cooper. He's not here anymore, but Amari Cooper just strikes me as a cerebral dude. You know what I mean? Like even on top of his physical route running, like him and Dak being on the same page makes sense to me. I've never, gotten cerebral guy from CeeDee Lamb. He got instincts, he got yak ability, he has athletic ability, but I never got like cerebral instinct guy from Lamb or Gallup. Those dudes are just more so physical dudes. So, and probably that's why Dak didn't work out with Dez too much because Dez ain't really that guy. Dez just give me the ball and just, let me work guy. So, Dak gets another. I do think Schultz is another guy like that. Dak gets another guy that, that we could be on the same page with. And when it comes to, CeeDee Lamb, we can do that easy shit that the Eagles do with, with Brown and them and, all the mother boys just do the easy get open things. But the little option stuff that Kellen wants to do, the super technical nuance things. Because to be fair, right, T.Y. Hilton did say this in his availability. Yeah, man, it took me like 10 hours with the damn, with the book. I'm like, man, this offense don't strike me as a
10-hour book.
10 hour a day.
Damn options, man.
5 days a week. You know what I'm saying?
I think in reality that's he spent 2 days, he said 10 hours a day studying the playbook. He's a veteran, number one. He's been in the multiple playbooks, so I think he can pick it up. And we got to understand too, right? Like the offenses around the league aren't drastically different. It's a verbiage. And he said that I have to learn how to speak Cowboy. That's basically what he said. He's like, I know how to run all these routes. I know where to be at against coverages, but I don't know how to speak Cowboy. And I know Law brought up option routes. I'm hoping they don't incorporate him into that because that requires chemistry. You ain't getting no chemistry in 4 games, bro.
Hey, yo, Will, you want to know something funny? Y'all want to hear something funny? Chat, Round, y'all want to hear something funny? T.Y. Hilton walked up to Mike McCarthy and said, "What I do on this play?" And Mike McCarthy said, "I don't know."
hey, Voch, what Kodak Black say? He said,
I think so.
I think so. Hey, Mike, do I want to slam right
Mouse
here?
voice.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, I think
Mr.
so.
King, Mr. King, are you out on Odell Beckham or will you take both of them?
I think so. When it comes, so I'm out on Odell, and simply because I think this team needs to lock in. The thing is like you see Odell tweet, and it's just like, dog, like he's literally the Twitter is starting to just be like, man, like I don't know, like I don't know what's going on with him. You know, you're getting arrested on planes. What's going on? Your knees not healthy. See, Jay Glazer did him no favors. Yeah, and I think that that's
didn't either.
No, he didn't. And I think the problem is when these guys give these people to the game.
Yeah, he did. They hit him up the day of the game and said, "Hey, look, you grab somebody else and go to the game with Odell." That's what he said. Really? Yeah.
See, and that's the thing, Sky. Like, I know it's all this
it's
publicity.
that cowboy shit.
Yeah.
Like, dog, just let it happen organically. And to me, it's just like, dog, like the Jay Glazer report was really bad. And Jay is a sound clip of Jay saying he's ready to run routes. Dog, I'm hearing that the knee is not even 80% right now.
Well, King, if we know anything about Odell Beckham, if he can do it, we gonna see it. And I ain't seen nothing I've seen a picture of him deadlifting. That's all I seen. And I ain't even seen him pick up the weight. I just saw the weight on the ground and him flexing like this. I ain't seen Odell run a route. I ain't seen him running no sand and no ladder. I ain't seen him do nothing. Yeah. But T.Y. Hilton ready to run today, sir.
That's what I said. And no, he wasn't arrested. But I'm saying, guys, chat box, he wasn't arrested. But the point is, it's a lot going on.
You know, you can't mess up. You know how it is.
Yeah.
We media now, Mr. King. You can't just say arrested.
Y'all got it. I'm out on Odell. That's me.
Foots, they gonna clip this. They gonna clip this up. Foots the King reports Odell Beckham's been arrested.
I'm telling you.
Foots the King.
Hold on.
Foots the King reports on the Roundtable. Odell Beckham has been arrested for marijuana.
Wild Mod, welcome to Wild Mod.
More soon, developing. Koye Media, are you out on Odell Beckham or you'll take both of them?
I never was really in. Like, I never really cared if we got him or not. But I can see we can talk about like what he could do if he got here. I was interested in maybe that. But even like I said, the thing that I'm getting from T.Y., the fact that he's able to play, can pass the physical, obviously he can because Jerry wouldn't have signed him otherwise. Yeah. I think that's enough to get us where we need to be because what I was looking for Odell to do was not come in and be Odell old this season. I never thought he would be, but to be a distraction that allows other guys to do their thing. And I think T.Y. can already do that. So would I take Odell and have for a good deal and let him sit for next year? Sure. But do I care about him and going into the playoffs? I don't think he would have been a factor regardless. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, Law, you had something?
I feel exactly how I felt when he first announced it.
Well, T.Y. is 3 years older than Odell, right? And I just think that they look at it like just cover all things. And if he can work out, if he does work out for the postseason, then sign the man. But if not, then I'm not too heavy on it. Jerry Jones, he's old, man. He's long in the tooth, man. He got more days behind him than in front of him. So let the old man talk. But the reality of it, if the Cowboys want to go far, we got to run the ball, man.
Quickly going around the table, one word answers, then we're going to move on to the next topic. One word answer is bad knee Odell Beckham. Like first day I'm available, Odell Beckham, is he better than T.Y. Hilton? Law?
No.
Koye?
Nah.
Foots?
Nope.
Sky?
No.
I agree. Give me T.Y. And honestly, like if you do have T.Y. and he's better than fresh out the box, but my knee still hurt Odell Beckham, I would rather just keep Noah Brown with his 2 targets a game he's gonna do, and he's gonna be on kicking teams and things of that nature. T.Y. probably won't. And just give me my tight end sets, and I'm fine. I'm good to go. The first thing I said when I saw that Beckham was gonna be ready for the postseason, I was like, hey man, just throw them balls to Hendershot and let's just keep going, man. Like we ain't got to be waiting around. Odell Beckham shows up at the NFC Championship game. Like, right. We good by then. We straight by then.
I think what made the Beckham thing intriguing was you thought that you could get him for about 4 or 5 games prior to the playoffs. So you're not getting Beckham till the NFC Championship game. I mean, what the hell's the point? If you got there without him, you can win without him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If anything, you mess up the chemistry coming in that game.
Right.
Get out. We already here. Yeah. You're right.
So let's get into this then. O-line drama.
It sounds good, actually. You know what I mean?
So
this is gonna be a good one.
We have a fantastic problem,
right?
In which the Cowboys have 7 dudes that allegedly can play. It would be 8, but Terrence still got hurt. So, what the big discussion in Cowboy Nation is, and this is a fantastic problem. I just want to remind everybody, it's a fantastic problem to have. Everybody in Cowboy Nation seems to disagree about the usage and deployment and who starts the combination of these 7 gentlemen. Now, since day one, my 5 been 77, 73, 63, 70. Jason Peters at right tackle, 71. Okay. And in my mind, you know, you can put Jason Peters at right. And look, I understand he's a man, he's 40. And you probably got. I'm a man, I'm 40. See, me and Will still got like real show chemistry because as soon as I said, I looked at him and he said, and I just waited. So Jason Peters is a man, he's 40, right? So the concern about Jason Peters would be, oh, well, Voch, can Jason Peters play a whole game for you? I think he's been here long enough. He's practiced long enough. He should be acclimated at this point. If you're still a baby in Jason Peters, he probably shouldn't, you know, be here in the first place, right? Then there's the idea of Tyron Smith. This is Tyron's first game back. And if you want to, you know, play Philly next week, then it needs to be ramped up right now. And having 4 games prior to the playoffs, I feel good about that. Now, you want to rotate Tyron Smith now, and in the grand scheme of things, Tyron Smith ends up being your left tackle. I feel real good about that. But what I think is going to happen is I think just for the sake of these coaches getting their favorite dudes out there, I think Connor McGovern is going to play a lot more than a dude like Jason Peters will be. And I think Jason Peters is the better player. You know, everybody in Cowboy Nation got a different idea about what to do with Tyler Smith. I want him at left guard. Some people say, fuck it, leave him at left tackle. He's going to be there for the future. Some people say, leave the Hall of Famer at left tackle. Well, one of the Hall of Famers at left tackle. Put Tyler at right tackle and just run your inside like it's been doing. So now I want to ask the rest of you gentlemen. 1, what's your configuration? And 2, how wrong is Foots that he wants to keep Tyler Smith at left tackle? We'll start with Foots. Shit, go ahead.
Honestly, remember I ate crow on the last show. I think that, in all seriousness, they don't trust Jason Peters to play a whole game.
Clearly. Yes.
So it's not what we think, Voch. You know how we feel, but I don't know why they don't trust Jason Peters to play a whole game. He came in, he was locked in. I don't know if it's conditioning. I don't know if they're literally saying we want to make it to the playoffs with you on the roster. I have no idea, but they don't trust 71 to play a whole game. That being said,
40.
So yeah, I know.
380.
Hey, he's 40, bro. I know. Is he 380? Is he 380?
That boy big, man.
He is indeed a man. He's 40.
No, he is. You know what's crazy? He do look huge compared to everybody else.
Right.
He's like, I call him a
That
house.
light footed though, ain't he? That's something
I
can
say
move.
he a house because he's so wide.
Yeah.
Bro, like he legit just like he like Shaq with when Shaq was at the who's the Cavs
He
or whatever.
like what's the big boy? Never mind. Go ahead.
But so my point is, I think that so if all the reports are correct that Tyron looks really good already at right, and Tyler has been solid. He's gotten beat, but he's been solid at left. I'm not opposed to it. Now, if this is them saying, and McCarthy came out and said that they're trying a bunch of different lineups. I literally don't know what to expect. I know the Jags have a good line, so we got to see. I literally have no idea, Voch, to be honest with you. Like, I don't have an answer.
What do you want?
What do I want?
Well, yeah, what do you want? What you want to order?
I want Tyler Smith to stay at left tackle, but if Tyron is healthy, then – but see, we don't have Steele anymore. And let me say this, Voch.
Please.
Now I definitely want Tyler to stay at left tackle because putting him at right and he hasn't played it all year, that's more dangerous than putting Tyron at right. So I'll say that.
I definitely don't want to put Tyler on the other side. I just want to make guard because I think he'll be better there, but whatever.
But they like McGovern. I don't know why. He
McGovern
gives
got
you
nigga
good
push
reps, but he's
somebody.
not better
Yeah,
than Tyler.
yeah. But
Go ahead, Law.
McGovern only allowed one penalty so far this season and allowed one sack so far this season. So
But Law, how many
penalty
times
we
has
already
he?
know.
But Law, how many times has he took somebody's son and moved him off the film? That's my
Not a
point.
lot.
Like,
Now he got
that motherfucker probably look.
he
He
got
probably
concrete
has been
feet.
playing clean, but he ain't whooping nobody like Tyler is. That's what I'm saying. He winning, but look, shit. Joe Looney won some matchups. Connor Williams won some matchups. I thought
Those
y'all
Joe
motherfuckers wanted some upgrades.
Well, this is my thought,
said
and I can go
Joe
ahead and
Looney.
jump in. Let me
Go
just
ahead.
be the second guy to jump in on this.
Go ahead.
You remember Doctor Strange on that movie, The Endgames, when he was sitting there thinking of all of the possibilities? As long as the possibility is that Josh Ball is not in, I agree with the
Josh, that
front five.
motherfucker
As
can't
long as
ball.
the possibility,
Nah,
if I don't see Josh Ball, I don't want to hear anybody trying to put the lipstick on the pig to say that, hey, this dude is good against the run or what have you. Keep Ball on the sideline because Ball can't stand tall. So I agree. Put Jason Peters on the right side and rotate that thing if possible. If possible. But no, I do not want a chance and an opportunity for Josh Ball to be out there. Now, granted, we got to understand that even with Tyron Smith, there's going to be one hiccup game. By him coming back, normally that's natural, right? We got to understand that the dude haven't been playing football for the majority of the year. So the Cowboys just got to be prepared for that. I think that Josh Allen and as well as Trayvon Walker, if he's going to play this weekend, those boys are no one to sneeze at. And if anything, protect Dak Prescott at all costs. So whatever they decide to do, as long as Josh Ball is on the sideline, I'm good.
Best way to protect Dak Prescott in the pass game is to get that mug to Tony. It's the best way to do it. Just get that mug to Tony.
That's facts.
Collier Media, what's your ideal lineup, sir? What you want?
As far as Tyler goes, it's wherever Tyler's most comfortable. I'm happy with that. So, obviously, that's not a right tackle, like you said. I agree with Law as well. I don't want Ball on the field as at all. So those two factors is all I really factor in. But I feel like you got like 2 or 3 variations that make sense. You know, you got Tyler, leaving Tyler at left tackle where he is. Rotating McGovern and Peters like we've been doing at left guard, and then moving Tyron to right tackle. Maybe that's a little easier for him with him coming back anyway. So I like that one, and I also like Tyron's playing left tackle, like you said, Voch. Tyler being at left guard, and then pitting Peters over full time at right tackle. But I think if you play with those combinations, as long as Tyler's comfortable, I feel like the rest of the line is already solid. As long as it's not Ball in the game. So I agree with you there too, Law.
Dr. Strange, baby.
Yep.
Hey, without him, they won't win it without Dr. Strange. He was the best one out there.
So, Collier, do you ever want to live in this world where Tyler plays right tackle and Tyron is the left tackle and Jason Peters ends up being your swing guy or whatever?
To be honest with you, I think Tyler, although he's doing okay at left tackle, he started off at right tackle in Tulsa anyway, so I know he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's a guy that his skill set is not finesse and footwork in the first place. His skill set is
moving.
In face with somebody, I'm gonna tear their ass up.
Yeah,
and usually on the left hand side of the line, you don't really get the speed rushers that often. We do that with Micah. Tampa Bay does it with Shaq Barkley when
they
he's
move
healthy.
these guys around nowadays.
Yeah, but you usually get power to that left side. I think Tyler could definitely do it, and I don't think he'll play any worse than he did at left tackle. To be honest with you, I think he's about even both sides.
That's a hell of a lot of confidence, man.
Yeah, because I don't. He doesn't have to do as much at right tackle. Right tackle is not as premier as left tackle because you don't have that speed rusher every down that you're dealing with.
Yeah, I think when you look at it that way, the actual positions, the way you define them, but the actual move going from left to right, and they always say try wiping your ass with your opposite hand. Like, to do that for a young guy, I think would be more detrimental to Tyler Smith right now than anybody else.
I say that because, but look at the reverse. When was the last time Tyron Smith played right tackle?
And that's where I was going.
There's less years between Tyler Smith playing right tackle than Tyron Smith playing
Tyron Smith is a Hall of Fame tackle. He's been in this league for over a decade. I 100% trust my Hall of Famer to be able to make that transition smoother than my rookie. And
from a cerebral standpoint, sorry to cut you, but from a cerebral standpoint, I agree with you. Like, I think who can pick it up quicker?
Yeah.
If it was just like all things being equal, I think Tyron. But who's closest to having done it more recent? Because Tyron is become a Hall of Famer doing it well a certain way, longer than Tyler. So he's done it more recently. I mean, anything goes. I don't know. He might go out there and suck, but then you still can move him around and change it around. But I think if you're asking me now, I'm impressed by him so much so that I think Tyler and Tyron would have. I mean, I'm not going to argue that Tyron wouldn't be better. I just think Tyler over there, it doesn't scare me, basically.
Man, where else can you get this commentary, man? Where else can you get this commentary? Hold on, let me talk shit for us, Will. Still,
because I ain't get my take on it yet. But go ahead.
No. That was time. I was saying, yeah.
But the reason why I don't hate this move if they put him at right tackle is because it does a multitude of things. It eliminates you having to make a 3-for-1 move, number one. Meaning, if Tyron had played left tackle, you move Tyler to left guard. Now we're putting Jason Peters or Ball, whoever the hell. That's 3-for-1. If we just swap Tyron for Steele, that's a one-man move, and you keep the continuity. And Voch likes to talk about
you won that
continuity and better dudes.
I think you won.
I think you get both continuity and better dudes by doing that. Number two, you keep Jason Peters as a quality utility backup, meaning he can play left tackle, left guard, and right tackle. The reason why you can't play Tyler, Tyron, and Jason is because you don't have that quality backup swing. Like, somebody has to sit, And now that's a different question. Who you want to sit? You want to sit one of the two Hall of Famers or the young guy? I don't necessarily want to sit the young guy. See, I don't want to do that.
Right?
Because that means
Jason got to sit.
That means I got to put all three of them out there.
Jason is a piece that can back up both sides and
guard.
And
guard. So he's like a swing, swing guard and a swing tackle.
Right.
Yeah, that's more value there.
Right.
And you just saw that. I guarantee you that's what they do, because if it makes that much sense to us.
And then on Sunday, I don't know what they're going to do after Sunday, but I think Sunday they're going to rotate that right tackle. I think they're going to do Jason Peters and Tyron Smith, or Tyron Smith and one of those young guys. But they're not going to play Tyron Smith no 60, 65 snaps on Sunday, bro. They're going to rotate that until they get him ramped up, which they need to, because you can't go into Philly and have a musical chairs.
So, Will, once he's ramped up, right, say we get to like wild card week or whatever, so this lineup that we pick for this week, is that going to be the same lineup that we're going to do for wild card week, or is Tyron only a right tackle till he gets ramped up, and then once everybody's good to go, all right, you good, musical chairs again, and now we're putting Tyron back at left tackle, Tyler at guard, where all those.
In my opinion, I think when Tyron is ramped up, he's just your right tackle. If that's what they elect to do, he's just your right tackle.
Yeah, if Steele was in, it'd be like, cool.
That's the thing. Still
but
throw a wrench
still
in
puts
this
all this
whole thing. Like, we weren't talking about Tyron playing right tackle when Steele was available. Foots.
Right.
So this is what I want to ask everybody on the panel.
Please.
Has this regime, for the most part, when they see something in practice and they look at it, have they been wrong? Like, remember when Tyron went down and they didn't really make like a wholesale move to get a tackle, and then Tyler came out and was at least decent. So I guess what I'm saying is, if they've seen Tyron at practice and the reports are he looks just as smooth on the right as the left, then should we trust them, or should we have pause for cause?
Mr. King, let me tell you something, brother. That would be a fantastic point you just said. And I love that point you just said. But the most recent evidence we have is Terrence Steele got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the option. Do we put Josh Ball out there or Jason Peters out there? Them fuckers put Josh Ball out there. And with the quickness,
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
It's a good point.
With the quickness, they said, Jason, would you please go get Josh Ball and get him out of here, please?
Yeah.
So, so look, let me just throw this monkey wrench at y'all, right? I've been listening to all y'all matchups, and look, I agree. This is a good problem to have. We may not totally agree that Conor McGovern should be on the field or whatever, but we do, for the most part, have 5, 6 guys that we feel good about, 7 guys that we feel good about, right?
Right.
in the chat box, I put different lineups, whatever. I just kind of let the people talk about it. For the most part, they're saying Tyler at left guard, the 2 Hall of Famers at tackle, or they're saying Tyron at right tackle, Tyler at left tackle. Cool. But I purposely didn't put Josh Ball up there. Let me ask y'all this. How likely do you think it'll be? I know all this, we talking about Tyron Smith, we talking about Jason Peters at right tackle. What's the likelihood that Joe Philbin do that Joe Philbin shit and say, I want to start the ball kid and see what he got first, then we'll bring the old man in there? What's the likelihood of that happening?
And Josh Allen gonna whoop his ass.
Yeah.
95% chance, man.
Josh Ball gonna get that first?
95% chance. Yeah, they're gonna roll with Josh Ball.
I love that man.
And that's just a horrible thing to say, but that's just how it is with Joe Philbin. He's gonna do that.
They love that boy. What y'all think? Foots? Josh Ball gonna play?
So let me. Josh Ball is not ready right now. No,
Dude,
he's not.
Get
So, but I want to say
He
this.
ready last week. Foots,
I was about. No, he wasn't.
ready.
But I want to say this. Let's remember, and I did this with Kelvin Joseph. Let's remember a person named Terrence Steele.
Nope.
Who was a turnstile.
Nope.
Terrence Steele, when he first came in, was awful.
Foots.
All right, and hold on. Let me talk to Sky. So, what's your issue, Sky? Let's talk about it.
They're not the same. They're not.
They're not
Why?
the same.
Tell me
They're not
why.
the
Here's
same.
why they're not the same.
Look, Terrence Steele
ahead.
had higher potentials than Josh Ball anyhow.
No, I okay.
Well, here's
you're
why
right.
they're not the same to me.
Get his ass,
Foots.
guy. Get his ass.
Terrence still had an entire year to F up. A whole year to F up in a season that did not matter, right? So he got, 700-800 snaps, whatever it was his rookie year. And if you go look at the last 4 or 5 games or whatever it was, you saw the progression in Terrence
That's when he started to take the job from Lyle.
No. I'm saying
What year-
It's not at that point.
you start to see him progress technically. You start to see better sets. You start to see his hands a little bit. Then he came in the next year, and in the preseason, it wasn't all there all together, but you saw pieces. You said, oh, Terrence Steele improved. And you heard it in the building. Terrence Steele, people thought Terrence Steele could start. Not us, but people thought Terrence Steele could start. And then he got in there, and you saw it all be put together. Josh Ball, if you go watch that, and me and Voch went back and forth on this on the other day. If you go watch Josh Ball from a technical standpoint, oh my God, he will get whooped in pass protection. You're going to need to protect him so much. And can you count on protecting him for 5, 6, 7 games where it's a detriment to your offense? I don't see the comparison because he doesn't have a full season. That doesn't matter to F up. Terrence had a full season to mess up. If Ball messes up, you get a sack, fumble, you get a hurt quarterback, or you get an interception. All that almost happened on Sunday.
No, it's tough. Facts. He's not ready now, Scott. So that's not my argument. My argument is it's tough because he hasn't gotten any in-game reps, just like Kelvin Joseph. I truthfully believe Kelvin Joseph right now is going through what Trayvon Diggs did when he was in 27, when he was in the number 27.
Sure.
Trayvon Diggs used to get beat a lot when he was a rookie.
Sure.
The problem is he went through that year. It was a BS year.
There you go.
It was growing pains.
It was a BS year.
We don't have the time. So I agree.
We ain't got time for the kid.
No, we don't got the time. We don't got the time. We don't got the time. We don't got the time.
King,
Hey,
Mr.
we're gonna
King,
get the
the
DB
only
next.
flaw, Mr. King, the only flaw in your argument is that, okay, well, what if we had Hall of Fame corners to play instead of Kelvin Joseph? You know what I'm saying? We don't have, we have the luxury of playing better dudes.
Excellent
Ball,
point.
can't play it off.
Excellent point, Voch, because in 2020, Terrence Steele had Cam Irvin, Brandon Knight. Who do we
Cam
have?
Fleming, yeah.
Cam
No,
Fleming,
there's
whatever the
no
hell
way.
was.
There's no
Cam
way.
Fleming,
There's no
yeah.
way that Ball should be on the field. I agree, Scott. That's
And-
not. I would
and-
never argue that. I'm
and
just
to
saying
also-
he's
hey,
got no
Foots.
reps. And it's
But
tough.
also to
Maybe there's a reason
contextualize
why.
that, I don't think that Trayvon Diggs would have started if Tito Wuzier didn't get hurt.
I agree. No,
But
this,
Law
dog,
Nation,
which is
but hold on,
crazy.
Law. Wait a minute, Law. Somebody said Nolan Carroll's the guy. So what are we gonna do about that now? What are we gonna do about that
Wait a
now?
minute now.
It's always a
No,
motherfucker in the
it-
back.
it was the
Hold on,
other
time out,
kid.
Law. It's always a motherfucker in the back that got belief in the bad people. Hell, what about Nolan Carroll? Let me tell you something. Even at this point, Law Nation, nobody really ever came out and said that Tyler Smith beat Connor McGovern for the job. This is something else that me and Will was talking about, right? They never really came out and say Tyler Smith won that job. So it wouldn't have surprised me at all if Tyron Smith would have came back and Terrence Steele was healthy. We'd have saw Connor McGovern start over Tyler Smith and they rotate because they love to hurt themselves like this, man.
Right.
You masochists, man.
Hey, our best right tackle right now, his name is Zach Martin. Anybody want to debate that?
Man, Zach ain't fucking with y'all, man. Zach,
I ain't going to debate it, but they're not going to do that.
They're not going to do that.
Zach don't
because you can literally.
That's probably your best bet, though.
You're right though.
We got flexibility. We got flexibility.
But that's a whole lot of movement, bro.
I don't think
That's a lot.
I don't think that Ball is gonna play at all, and here's why.
They're gonna find a way to sneak that motherfucker in. They gonna rotate that big bitch in there somewhere. They're gonna put him in.
Well, the rumor is that Tyron is supposed to start.
Decent, maybe. But what did they do on the last drive of the game? Was Ball ass in
pulled
there?
his ass out, yeah.
Put that motherfucker tight end or
Right,
something.
so
Boy.
that shows you that they at least know that he ain't it. They already know that. You know what I mean? If they didn't, they would have tried to rough it out with him right there. And they took him right out. So that lets them know and lets us know that they know that he ain't it. So I can't see after you admit that to yourself and adding Tyron back to this rotation, you still can't find room to keep his ass off the field. I can't see it.
Here's another reason why it's different. If this was week 2, maybe you give a shot for Josh Ball. It's too late to be playing around with that.
You can't. You can't.
So you got to.
It's the same point we made about OBJ. You're right.
Yeah,
that's how you get fired right there. That get hurt because on one of Josh Ball's snaps is a wrap.
Get filled in the
Somebody.
That'll do it. That'll do it. Fantastic discussion, gentlemen. I do think Josh Ball and Connor McGovern probably gonna get a whole bunch of reps in this game. And yeah, it's.
If I see it, I'm a curse.
Hey, did Dwayne listen, man?
They got a sneaky good
Josh
D-line.
Allen, Dwayne Smoot, the kid. He might not play. The Trayvon Walker. Is it Trayvon Walker?
Yeah, they say he's out.
No,
Arden said he may be out.
Arden Keys, although he's
Arden
not
Key. Yeah, they got a front, man.
He's kind of Arden is kind of light. He's a more of a
shit. Arden whooped our ass last year in the playoffs.
He got 4 sacks. He got 4 sacks for the season already. So
Calebon Chason over there. What y'all think about Chason versus Josh Ball? Who wins that one?
Man, you
remember I wanted him, Voch.
Yeah, you remember the draft? Everybody on Chason. Get the hell out of here.
I will never forgive y'all for that.
Hey, just be mindful of Cisco though. He ain't releasing no dragon. That Cisco, you know about him foots.
That's the guy. He's a good player.
No.
They actually, the weird thing about their secondary is they're not great, but they will hit you. Like them jokers, they hit. Man, they playing football in Duval.
Right
man, listen. I'm about to say, do they hit harder than them dudes that was hitting last week? Because they was.
I doubt it. I don't think nobody gonna ever.
I wanted to draft
Petrie
Petrie so
game,
bad.
Petrie so good, man.
Petrie is different. He's different.
Yeah,
he jumped off the screen.
He like Wilson, man. A guy that's small but can still knock your head clean off.
Yeah, and I think he's a little better in coverage than Wilson.
Yeah, a little oily,
he was
more oily, quicker with his just straight line running, but more dexterity too. So he's more fluid.
He was either the first or second best player on the field when he was out there. It was crazy.
Yeah,
that's how good he was playing in that game.
I think he was the best player out there. Like who would you put on defense?
And don't y'all forget about Devin Lloyd too.
But Collins was eating.
Collins played well, but I mean less impactful, I think.
But Petrie was better.
Petrie had a hit. I forget who he hit where he jarred the ball loose. I'm like, was that on Schultz?
Gallup and Schultz and
Petrie hit everybody one time.
Washington.
Petrie hit everybody at least one time.
Washington.
He was hitting referees.
But you know what? He did this at Baylor. Dog,
yeah.
Remember, matter of fact, it's Sky. If you go back and pull up,
he did more at Baylor. He was an outside linebacker too at Baylor. It looked
Sky,
like.
when you go pull up when we
did
you
the
talk
show,
about him.
Yeah.
I said, dog, the thing about Petrie is he's small, but he plays like a wild animal. Like it's crazy. Like very Buda Baker-esque.
Ooh, Buda Baker, yeah, that's a good comp.
Yeah, very Buda Baker-esque.
Bigger than, but yeah.
He's a little bit bigger than Buda, yeah.
So how about this, gentlemen? Let's do a quick reset, set the table real fast. You know what I'm saying? When we first did this, it was about a couple, 200 people in the chat. You know what I mean? Maybe like 250 or something like that. We're about to push 1,000 real fast. First of all,
I'm about to say, it's about 1,000.
Bro, that's
So with that, let me just kind of reset everything and just remind everybody what's going on here. Don't rewind right now because we got some fantastic stuff going on. You might want to be in the chat box when it's happening, but
No, I'm just playing.
no.
I'm just
Oh
playing.
no.
Oh no.
Y'all don't know what that mean. But hold on. So this is the round table. Okay. I'm Voch Lombardi. That is Law Nation. Next to him, that is Okoye Media. Right up under me, right there is Fuster King, and to the right of him is Wilt Skywalker Still. You can find all these gentlemen. We're gonna do the big plugs at the end, man. But just in case y'all may have been tuning in, Law gonna put this out on his channel. Koye probably pull it, Fuss probably pull it, and you'll be like, damn, who is the dude in the green hat? You know what I mean? Like, just in case we may be new to somebody, we just want to let everybody know where to find us at. So
Green hat,
Real quick, let me see if I put the names on. Oh, go ahead. I'm talking to myself.
Oh man, Will Skywalker.
Will, bro, that dude be producing, man. I'm telling you.
I'm chilling today, fam. I'm chilling today, but I got a couple drinks in me. Let me see if I can spice it up a little bit.
And it's Friday, y'all. Let's enjoy ourselves. We all work hard.
Plus,
Law got energy like it's 5 a.m. though. Like,
I got energy. Hey, Koye, I'm here tonight.
Law standing up. He ain't sitting. He pacing around the lobby.
Law about to get
air squats. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you how professional Law is. He knew to go by the tree.
Right.
He just got it, bro.
Right,
Let me tell y'all how long I've been watching Law. I remember when Law used to do the car videos. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all want to have that conversation. I thought I was on the car videos. Law used to do the car jumps.
Yeah, bow tie videos.
Service weapon. That's an inside joke about the service weapon.
Yeah.
But let's get
shout out
into
to
this.
Shango. Shango did a few car videos too.
Shout out to Shango.
Legend, man.
Shango got that 8K camera now. Shango ain't fooling with no car video. That motherfucker.
Shango got a drone that follows him
3D.
around.
You could touch Shango.
Hey, bro. Quick Shango story.
Go ahead.
Quick Shango story. The most humble person I've ever met in my life. Like literally, when I met him at training camp, was begging me to take some camera equipment and help me. Like the dude is legit, as are you all, as are we. When we linked up at the draft, it was love. But like Shango, like for him to be that big, like Shango, he's super humble, bro. Like I just had to say that.
Shout out to Shango, man. Shango was one of the first. We always show credit to our elders around here. Yeah, let's get some work done. Also, just normally like on a normal round table, we'll probably be ending the show right about now, man. But y'all asked for like another hour of work, and I talked to everybody behind the scenes. Say, sure, Voch, let's do another hour. So hey, we gonna do 2 hours tonight. Let's do this. I got a game for y'all. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names written down. 6 players, right? And I'm gonna ask 2 of you. I'm not gonna ask everybody about each player, but I do have 2 people, two of y'all's names next to these players' names, right? The name of the game is called More or Less. Between now and the playoffs, do they get more or less playtime? Have they gotten their job taken? Right? Do they have a new role or something like that? Or are they gonna expand and boom, boom, boom? A little bit of more or less. So let's do this. Let's start with let's start with Anthony Barr. You know what I mean?
Ooh, talk your talks, man.
You know what I'm saying? We just watching the film, man. Number 33, Damone Clark, just in there, just getting more comfortable every single week. And we like, man, with Damone Clark, get out there, man. Anthony Barr, we don't know what's gonna happen to him. Barr gets hurt. That's the worst thing to do for an old man when a young man is emerging. You know what I'm talking about? And he just had a hell of a game, caused turnover and all that. So Damone Clark, he's causing all this. So I'm gonna start with Okoye Media. Anthony Barr, does he play more or less the closer we get to the postseason?
I mean, automatically it's less because I think you got too many players like converging on the same position. You got Clark, and then you have LV, who's fought now to try to get more playing time as well. So you don't even want to rotate him as much. I know Quinn won't. I don't mind LV rotating, but I doubt with the way he's playing that they're going to move him as often. So he's not going to see less, and Clark needs to see more. So that means Barr's the odd man out, especially with Micah even admitting that his body is under more of a beating outside. So he may even be getting rotated more against those running quarterbacks. Like when we play the Eagles, I think Micah will be back in the middle again. So when you got that happening, that means Barr is definitely the odd man out.
Law Nation, do you agree or disagree with the Okoye media that Anthony Barr is going to play less the closer we get to the playoffs?
I think that they're going to lean on experience. George Edwards, man, he knows Anthony Barr like the back of his hand. And I see what you coming at, Okoye. But you got to understand that goal line stand was just as important with Anthony Barr stopping that of what D-Law did to play before. And on top of that, Anthony Barr, he got a chance to put his hands on the quarterback, not this last game, but the game before.
But so, that goal line stance, they did. You talking about the one where they didn't know where to go with the ball? Like one dude ran one way. So I mean, who wasn't gonna bust that up? I can't get at the ball.
Credit is credit. Just like LVE, we know hook to flat. We seen him do that. As much as we try to get rid of him, he got 9 lives for crying out loud. 14 tackles, 9 solos.
Yeah, LVE playing different though.
I've been trying to get rid of LVE for 2-3 years now, man. And LVE is here to stay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if you ask me what I want versus what I think will happen, those like two different things. But
okay, yeah. Now, what I think what will happen is just that, though. Anthony Barr get more tick because of the playoff ramifications. Now, I love
not with the way Clark playing though. I don't think Clark gonna get. You think they're gonna push Clark off?
Get his ass, Corey.
Get me, man. Come on.
You think they're gonna push Clark off the field completely? No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so Clark gonna play, and do you think LVE is gonna be one of those rotational guys? I don't think.
No.
LVE's a wall. He's a wall.
He's politically ingrained. But
right.
On top of that, when you say those things, you got to include that Anthony Barr, AB, the other AB, he's politically ingrained too because of the fact that he knows George. And you're going, a new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get those corners. And I believe that Anthony Barr will be that guy that they're going to
until you get gashed. Then they're gonna be like, somebody get that. Somebody get him.
Hey, Barr is the bridge for Damone Clark.
Yeah,
100%.
They're gonna walk right over his back because Barr gonna be out of it.
It's fantastic. I love that. So Anthony Brown's been hurt. Fine.
Hey, hold on. I want to get my.
I think Anthony Barr is good. Like it was
I was only gonna ask like 2 people per player, but if y'all want to give them,
man, we got an hour. We ain't going nowhere. I got my rest. I ain't tired. We ain't doing.
I got 5 more. I was actually about to ask Foots and Sky their question, but if y'all want to say something about Anthony Brown,
I just want to say one thing. Quick, and I wrote something down.
Please go ahead.
Clark is really good. Right?
Yes.
However, when you're playing in the playoffs and you have to stop the run, so Dameon Pierce he had slowed down a little bit, but he's a load, right? And I just like the way that LVE was meeting him in the hole, and it was like plays over. And it was like he was diagnosing run. Yeah, you're right, Okoye, finally. That's facts. But I just think that I don't know if do you want Damone Clark playing a San Fran run game year 1?
Shit, you messed my game up to ask me, do I want Damone Clark playing versus San Francisco Football King?
What do you mean?
Yeah, put on tape that says no. Like,
it's not. I don't think his tape is as clean as we would. It's good.
It ain't great tape. No, but
I was about to say, I don't want to
argument with Boss Man versus AB. Is AB's tape great? No, but Boss Man's tape is similar. Is Clark's tape the greatest? No, but is it good enough to outdo Barr? Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Barr
Clark maybe doesn't have the mental processing, but he has the athleticism to overcome that. So when we play against 49ers and like Christian McCaffrey got the ball, I don't want Anthony Barr chasing because he probably can't get there.
He ain't gonna get there.
He ain't gonna get there.
Yeah,
he can see it, but he ain't gonna get there.
What you say, Law? He tighten the hips, man.
But think about it. They're doing a lot of. They're coming down. They're coming at you. Like that's a whole nother.
Wait. So are we under the assumption that Damone doesn't come forward because that's what we.
No, he does. He comes forward, Sky. I'm just thinking the diagnosis part of things.
I think you just got to keep playing.
Right, but
and let's just be honest.
That goes back to that learning on the job vibe. I'm just not sure.
Right, but the way the Niners attack you, they're going to mess everybody up that's a linebacker on our team, including LVE, Michael Parsons. They do the misdirection. That's their game, is to make you think for 1 second. So this is always my thought process about that. If my linebacker is going to delay Give me the guy that's going to be athletic enough to make up for it. And that's where Damone Clark comes in for Anthony.
Yep.
For Barr,
But if
yes. For
anything,
LVE,
Damone
I
Clark's
like.
But the
I like what I've
conversation,
seen.
but the
LVE.
conversation
Yeah,
isn't LVE. It's Barr and Damone.
Right.
Even with Barr, right? Is there a part of you, Scott, that says, well, maybe what he's done in the past or what he's seen in the past or knowing how to attack this scheme, does that say maybe you kind of think about him in that type of game? I'm just saying.
Yeah, if he was playing like that dude, yes. But he hasn't been playing like that dude enough for me to sit down Damone Clark. They've been sharing snaps. So to answer Voch's question, I would say Anthony Barr would be less. Like it would be less more than more.
Sure. Fantastic discussion, gentlemen. How about this? Let me ask Sky and Fuster King this question. Let me ask y'all this.
We got our own question.
Let me ask y'all this. Okay, so yeah, so man, Jordan Lewis got hurt, man. Anthony Brown, guys like that got hurt, man. So we just the Cowboys have a lot more corners on this roster than we once did. Now, if we didn't have all these new, who's this? Who's this?
Oh,
what's going on? Do we need to?
There you go.
Hey, you're gonna take that one out.
Yeah, good one.
It's an evil world we live in.
Let that shit happen to me, though.
We'll let
I ain't going back.
Hold on.
Hey,
wouldn't let that shit happen to me though. It's crazy.
They follow the nation, man. I'm way out here in Oklahoma.
Yeah, all right. And then
what's going on with you, sir?
Is Voch famous? He might be.
Hey, play that drop.
What is this guy?
Your mama really like
Hey, this guy, what is he? I think so.
Hold on, time about Fuster. Hold on, man. Where my towel at? Yeah, little Law was like, Law. Hey, hold on, Koye, little Law was like,
Your mama sure does care about your school.
I think so.
Look, hey,
Just
Foot.
stopped the show, yo.
Hey, Foot. Can I take a picture with you?
I think so.
I think so.
oh, goodness.
Boy, you crazy.
Oh, good. Law finna go upstairs. It's going to be.
Shit. Not me.
Oh,
No,
God,
sir.
I'm
Not on the live. You crazy.
Oh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Dontrell finna have a field day with that one. You gotta be part of that. You gotta be part of the
Law,
306 now.
you know who you was with, Law.
You know you
That's
was
gonna be
Nah, but Law, who that?
Don't Bill Cosby, man. I don't got no Quaaludes, man.
Law, don't be saying that loud, man. You in that place. Man, they finna kick Law out of that, boy.
They're gonna go get his ass.
I'm telling you.
Woo! Anyway, God damn, boy. All right, so with all these new cornerbacks in the room, right? Kelvin Joseph is currently your cornerback too, but we don't know how long Kelvin Joseph's leash is, right? If Kelvin Joseph come out here playing like shit, then, it could be Kendall Sheffield season tomorrow. It could be Trayvon Mullen season. Yeah. Lost, stay where you at. You ain't got to go into that conference room and lock the door. Just
They like Black Santa Claus.
Somebody else was trying to get over here.
So Will Steele, based on just you projecting Kelvin Joseph's performance or whatnot, right? Between now and the playoffs, will Kelvin Joseph play more or less?
About this, can I say same push? I don't know what else. I can't see him playing more because he's good. He's a starter.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Trayvon Mullins comes in here and just kills it. That's the only way I see him playing less. So more, I guess.
Sure. Fushkin?
Yeah, I mean, more. He's played well. No, okay. He hasn't. He's been in position. He has. Yeah. I had to catch me.
Okay, so how about this, right? How about this? So watch this. So Kelvin Joseph last game did rotate with.
He rotated with Bland.
Kelvin Joseph last game. Your root chakras. So look, Kelvin Joseph last game rotated with Bland, right? So here's the argument. If Kelvin Joseph proves to himself that he doesn't need to rotate with Bland, then he'll play more. If Kelvin Joseph plays bad, then we'll probably see a lot more rotation, or we'll just see Kendall Sheffield and we'll just see less of Kelvin Joseph. That's what I'm saying. So
wait, really?
I
thought Bland was a slot guy.
Last
Bland,
game,
dog, they had Bland in safety. at times.
They rotated him last game. Bland was the outside guy for like a couple plays, series and a half or whatever.
Which is so it's that Voch is a whole show in itself because it's like,
well,
okay.
Bland is the better number 2. So if you're in a formation without,
but he also is a great tackler. It's just strange.
Yeah.
Like he's one of your top tacklers on the team.
But that's news to me. If he's rotating that boundary corner, I would just put his ass at boundary corner.
Bland was out there.
So who would you replace?
How long?
That's the problem.
Alexander or
but he can do everything though. He's a 3-position DB. You know, but you can't replace him at nickel. Who would you? Oh, you did say Alexander. You're right.
Maurice Candidate. Where he at? What he doing with his life? But
nice though. Yeah.
Okay, so Will Steele said less, and Foster King said more.
No. I said more.
Scott said more.
Yeah, I said more.
I
said the same, but if we only got less or more, I would say more.
Okay, cool. Both of y'all got more. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said earlier in the show, Voch, he's in his maturation, dog. Corner, left tackle, quarterback, hardest position to play in football in the NFL. Yep. Like he's not gonna come in like and just be Sauce Gardner, and they got a great D line, so it's really helping him. But like I was really down on Kelvin Joseph at times. But then I'm starting to see that he stays in phase very well.
Yes, that's a good point. He does stay in phase.
He stays in phase so well that I'm just like, dog. So now it's that play the ball type thing. Now it's that take a chance and jump a route type thing. Now it's that PB. But at the end of the day, he got that last game. So it's like now maybe he's getting more confidence. He just has to see it. He literally has to play.
Yeah. So I had to make sure I wasn't crazy, man. Kelvin Joseph played 32 snaps out wide, and Duron played 12. So is that considered splitting?
Not really.
It's not an even split, but you know,
because I didn't know they were splitting. Right? I thought that Duron is slot guy.
Well, right. DQ said that it's like package dependent. You know what I mean? So like if he wanted to go bigger or smaller or cover different types of dudes, then that would dictate whether Bland would be playing outside guy or not. Which makes sense because if a big nickel guy comes in, do you take Bland off the field, who's probably your best corner besides Diggs?
You don't never do that.
Yeah. Right. So another thing is these wide receivers got a way more experience than somebody named Moore and whoever else that was with the Texans, right? So these wide receivers.
Yeah, this is going to be a challenge this week.
Yes, indeed. So they better get it right. I just think that Kelvin Joseph will get more, right? But it's with reservations. I think Trayvon Mullen, they're going to build him up to speed. He's a 6'2", long corner, 200 pounds, 4'4" guy. I think that he plays better at press, and I think that that's the type of mode of DB that you're looking for in this Dan Quinn system with Joe Witt Jr. and all of those boys like Al Harris. So it may be a situation whereas this is a big reservation out of Kelvin Joseph, although Kelvin Joseph did play a solid game last game.
I think the issue I have with Kelvin Joseph's play is really the same issue I would have had with AB's play. I don't have much of an issue with him because he is, to me, AB. Right now. I mean, he obviously his ceiling is better, but he's doing the same shit that would get on my nerves with AB. With that said, though, I don't think it matters what we think on this because with Mackenzie Alexander and Trayvon Mullen and then the Sheffield guy coming, with just Mackenzie Alexander and Sheffield coming onto this team, those are rotational guys where you're like, okay, they might be coming in and try to help in the slot. When you go after Trayvon Mullen the way they did, I think that just tells you the writings on the wall. Like if Kelvin doesn't do what we think he's going to do, it's going to be less because obviously Mackenzie Alexander can play better in the nickel than most, right? And you already know what you got in Bland. So if anything, I think that would be your strongest rotation right now, unless Trayvon comes in here and does. And he's also another second round talent minus the bullshit. So you know.
Yeah,
he can come in and attack the ball. He got the length. He got the same speed.
That's fair.
It's going to be a problem. So I think it's looking like less, and it's up to him in his next game to prove that it needs to be more. But
he'll get a chance this game.
My question when they signed Mullins was, is this an indictment on Kelvin or is this insurance for Kelvin?
They didn't need that pick. They already had their two coverage players with Sheffield and Alexander to cover for J. Lou and AB being gone. So bringing this guy in was just we want to.
So Koye, what do we do with Nashawn Wright from here? He just go?
I mean, that's another indictment. If Nashawn was ready, we wouldn't have a Trayvon Mullen. So Nashawn and Kelvin Joseph better watch out because
you still got something.
hell are you?
Nashawn Wright, man. He's
if this guy, if Mullen comes in, I like Mullen. I didn't know who he was, but I've been watching this film. But I like him as much as I've liked Kelvin Joseph. When I look at his college tape,
and somebody made a good point too.
Better as a pro thus far than Boston already. Period.
Somebody made a great point about like even with Mullen, you've seen him play big time football. It's just like with J-Ron Curse was in Detroit, and it was like who, what, and then he got with Dan Quinn, and it's like. Oh crap, he's almost a Pro Bowler. So it's literally scheme. Like it's literally what are you asking these guys to do? You get what I'm saying?
And here's another thing to add on to what you're saying. They claimed Trayvon Mullen. There's a difference. They didn't sign him to the practice squad. He's claimed. He's on the team. The Cowboys don't just claim people. So we know when they go out and do that, and he fits the Will McClay, Dan Quinn mold, 6'2", long, athletic, fast, can play some press. And at one point in time when he was with the Raiders, he was ranked as a top press corner in the league at one point in time. Not saying that continued, obviously. So
the philosophy changed.
And
it's about to get better.
It was business after that, though.
And if you go look at what has been giving the Cowboys trouble opposite of Trayvon Diggs is when they ask those guys to play closer to either press or between press and 5 yards, these dudes is getting beat. They just are. Yeah. Kelvin, I mean, you could say he's not you, but he's in good coverage, but he's getting beat. Anthony Brown, always good coverage, but he's getting beat, right? Yep. Whereas Trayvon Mullins was at one point in time a really good press corner. And if you're not going to be stubborn and put that Malik Hooker or J-Ron Curse or Dono over top of that other corner, then you need a corner that you can trust out there. So I think there's something to Mullins being picked up off of waivers, man.
There you go.
And let me say this right quick with Nashawn Wright, because shout out to him. I think the world of him. But you just said that, Scott Walker, with the aspect of trust. Trust and confidence with DBs go a long way, and I think that it's been broken. If you look up Tyreek Woolen, right, for the Seattle Chiefs, same guy, 6'4", 4'3", 4'3" guy, good baller.
He's a dog.
He is Nashawn Wright, but with confidence. Nashawn Wright got it. He just don't have any confidence, though, in my opinion.
Well, I said this the other day, guys, and I know we got 2 hours, so we talking our talk. Coaching matters. Like, I just don't think that people really understand.
Yes.
You can have Tua with Chan Gailey, and you can have Tua with Mike McDaniel.
For sure.
And one is on his way out the league, one is in MVP talks. It's literally.
Oh, Fuster King, something pissed me off, dog. I was watching the game the other day, and it was like, you know who I like? Travarius Ward. Travarius Ward shutting shit down over there. I'm like, where was he at?
They traded him for a guard who didn't play.
Yeah.
What's going on, Law Nation? What you got going on over there, man?
No. I was saying Travarius Ward, Mississippi boy. And he was on his team for a cup of coffee, and then he a dog.
Shouts out to you, brother. Shouts out to you. Can we get flames in the chat for all this fantastic conversation that we giving y'all tonight, man, please? Law Nation dead ass said, yeah, man, Kelvin Joseph in the aspect of yeah, man. So like I was saying,
you ain't seen him sign his hoodie and give it to her. He signed his hoodie.
Superstar Law.
Excuse me, Mr. Law. I like your bed. Can I get a picture, please? Excuse me, Mr. James Hart. Now I know you was a Cowboy fan in Oklahoma.
Fuster King, let me ask you a question, sir.
Talk to me.
Earlier in this discussion, this fantastic conversation we having, we was talking about offensive line and things of that nature. And, we never really officially tied down what we're going to do with the left guard position. We talked a lot about tackle, but, with what's going on at tackle, Tyler Smith could move any and all over the place. You know what I mean? Tyler Smith could be at tackle, but I think there is a possibility that Tyler Smith could end up at guard. But if Tyler ends up being your full-time tackle, then left guard seems to be locked up. So more or less, Fuster King, do we see more Conor McGovern moving forward? Or since we got 2 Hall of Fame tackles that could possibly play tackle for you, that'll put the rookie at left guard. We'll see less of Connor McGovern. First, King, do we see more Connor McGovern before the playoffs or less?
I'm gonna say more. They like him. I don't know if that's the right answer because Voch, I've been on record. Tyler Smith was drafted for San Francisco, and it's looking like we're on a crash course with San Francisco. He makes you more physical. He blocks that way. He plays that way. But that being said, they like Connor McGovern at guard, so I think you're going to see more.
Koye Media.
Why you mad at me, Voch? What did I do?
Well, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the idea of what the coaching staff may or may not be thinking, right? Because I always have this idea that your offensive line is gonna you can grade your offensive line by the level of what your interior guys are. You know what I'm saying? You can have solid tackles, but if you beating the shit out of people at guard, then you can move anybody, right? So when we line up against these physical teams, man, like dog, they got Jordan Davis in there. They got Hargrave in there. They got Armstead from the 49ers in there. We're going to be playing some big dudes on the inside. Now, there will be the Nick Bosa's that we got to be ready for. But, boy, I would love for Tyron Smith to be the dude to have to deal with Nick Bosa and not
But he
Tyron
struggled
Smith.
with Bosa last year. No, it wasn't Bosa. It was the other end. Tyron struggled last year in the playoffs.
Whoever it was.
He struggled in the playoffs last year. Tyron did.
Even if I don't want the rookie in that kind of situation, I would much rather have the rookie just wrestling Armstead or whoever the guys inside are. So I'm not fussing at you necessarily for this. I would just love it to where and then plus, how much better will Tyler Biadasz be? He's already been playing good this year, but Tyler Biadasz got a strong gangster to his right and a strong gangster to his left, and just let the Hall of Famers play tackle on the outside, man. That's my biggest point, but I don't think that's going to happen. Koye Media, does Connor McGovern play more or less between now and the playoffs?
Automatically less, because like a same scenario, like the addition Mullen creates a more of a log jam and Mackenzie Alexander creates more of a log jam in corner. I think Tyron coming back, if you're already seeing less of McGovern with Peters rotating inside, they were pushing Tyler Smith inside a couple plays too, rotating that. So if we were already seeing less of them already, with Tyron coming back, you're definitely going to see less of them because we know what Tyron is at left tackle. And so does everybody else. So it makes sense if you're like you said with that scenario. It makes sense if Tyler is rotating more at left guard. That is a scenario that does make sense and may be a reality. And we saw last game that Peters was at right tackle, so that might continue. Especially if y'all right about Ball, he's definitely then McGovern is playing less. If you
Thomas Williams in the chat says, I hear Tyler Smith looks like trash at left guard. Who the fuck you heard that from? So because real life film is actually out
in the game.
Google's your friend, son. I think what the big point of this whole question is once Tyler Smith is at left tackle, does he move away from it, right? Because the whole idea that we're even talking about Tyron Smith playing right tackle, right? This ain't like, oh, well, yeah, Tyron and Tyler is going to rotate left tackle, like Tyler and Jason's been doing, right? I think if we're moving people to the right side, I don't think Tyler's going to be playing guard at all. I think Tyler probably going to be your left tackle for the rest of the way. So that means Connor McGovern's going to be playing more. Go ahead, go ahead, Wilson.
That's why I was very curious why that kind of was getting ignored. Like, I'm guessing this question could have been posed with the thought of Still being here. Still ain't here no more.
Yeah, Still gone.
Like they're talking about splitting reps with Tyron Smith at right tackle. There's no way that means that Tyler Smith is going to sit down and or go to left guard and Jason Peters at left tackle, right? Like we talked about this. We can't have all three of them on the field at the same time. We just can't because we don't have a swing guy. So I would say the same. He can't be more as a starter playing all the snaps. So he'll be doing the same thing he's been doing. And I know that doesn't make you happy, Voch, but blame my cousin, bro. Blame my cousin. Or blame Dalton Schultz for not catching the touchdown pass. But hey.
Oh, goodness, man. Law Nation, sir. Does Connor McGovern play more or less? And look, this wasn't originally your question, but y'all just answer all the shits anyway, so we just gonna ask everybody. Does Connor McGovern play more or less?
I think it's going to be more. And the reason why is you can also play into the fact that, is this a contract year for Connor McGovern? And on top of that, can you utilize this as a trade-based situation too? So politically in charge, yeah, you want to keep your guy Tyler Smith at left tackle. That's where they're going to go with, and keep Connor McGovern there because of the fact that they're going to lean on those numbers. He only allowed 1 penalty so far and 1 sack and less than 15 pressures at that spot. So I just think that they're going to lean on Connor McGovern more at that spot because he is also a coach's pet.
Why you throw that in there at the end, though?
Because he messy as hell.
It sound like you. I respect.
Because he know Joe Philbin like
that nigga.
He like
right at the end. Why you throw the insult right at the end, though?
I know that was a sneaky shoot.
He's playing great this year, but yeah, there's a lot of nepotism going on.
He shot that man with a 22. Dang.
Law Nation, let me ask you one more question, sir.
Oh, man.
Let me ask you one more question, Law Nation. You know, we just part of this rotation. It took me a while to get back to you. So how about we double up and ask you this? You know, with all the wide receiver things we got going on, you know, we actually got packages where we put 4 tight ends on the field. We don't care about nothing. You know what I mean? T.Y. Hilton here. I don't think Noah Brown's going anywhere soon because he's a kicking game guy. Turpin's a kicking game guy. You know what I mean? Tolbert's probably not a kicking game guy, but he's a younger dude that's probably got a spot on his team. So do we play James Washington more or less? And we're not accounting for the idea that Beckham is here. So between now and the playoffs, do we see more James Washington to try to ramp him up and get him more, or do we just never see James Washington again?
Like organically, we see more of James Washington. I'm gonna give him a mulligan this first game against the Texans. I think that he's going to get more snaps this game, believe it or not, and then they're going to rev him up. But for sure, he's going to see more out of James Washington. But here's the thing: the 14 personnel that Kellen Moore likes to draw up. One thing I can tell everybody: Kellen Moore is very inconsistent, right? And I hear a lot of people say that Dak Prescott is inconsistent. For those who kind of like throw jabs at Dak Prescott, but you can't get from inconsistency from your offensive coordinator and expect consistency from your quarterback because of the philosophy. I was watching the Sky show, I think it was yesterday, and he was talking about the concepts. They're really, there's no zone beaters out of this scheme. They really rely on the skill set of the players, and hopefully James Washington can exhibit that so that we can see more of the skill set exhibiting itself out there on the field, because we don't see a level of consistency out of Kellen Moore's offensive attack against zone.
Now, Will Steele, while Law Nation was over there taking a selfie with the Christmas tree, you gave it a big thumbs down. You don't think James Washington's going to be playing more between now and the postseason?
Let me just tell you how dope this shit is real quick before I answer that question. In the chat, and Law got me doing this thing too. So sometimes I don't want to say it, because I don't want to jock Law, but people in the chat is saying James Washington.
I know, as in he's washed, right?
Wow.
No, that's how Law say it. Like, that's just so dope to me. I just think that's just so dope to me. But oh yeah, definitely less, man. T.Y. about to take over that, man. Like I feel bad for James a little bit. Bro came in and got lit the hell up, did a couple little blocks. And they said, "Hey, dog, hey, T.Y., come on through, fam. We need you, bro."
Look, Will Steele. Scott. Even if we said we was gonna sign T.Y. Hilton, maybe James Washington thought, okay, well, T.Y. Hilton here, maybe I got a week to prove myself. No, T.Y., can you play this week? Can you play this Sunday? They got him in here expeditiously. they got James about it.
He got his little ass lit up. And they signed T.Y. and they want him to play now. So how can I say more? Who are you putting in? Let me ask y'all. T.Y., James Washington. What are we talking about here?
Hey, the whole thing is, Scott, the reason why I said that is because remember when we saw 14 personnel, we all thought we would see more of 14 personnel.
That's true. That's true.
It disappeared.
That's true. Like he ran that 14 dip where he spreaded them out. I think he had 2 on one side, 2 on each side, and then he ran it for 2 yards. Yeah. So, and then that was it. So we've seen it in Chicago. We've seen it that time. We don't really see it no more. So you're right. You know, he's not really consistent with his personnel sets.
I think I truthfully believe that James Washington is going to be.
Go ahead, first answer the question. Go ahead. What's that?
I'm gonna just let you talk. Go ahead.
But please finish, please. Let you talk, please. Go ahead. Go ahead, Fuzz. Just please host the show. Go ahead, Fuzz. I'll let you go. I wasn't about to call you, man. Just go ahead, host the show.
Hey, we 2 hours in, so we uncut. Where's Law going?
We got 2 hours, so we can do anything we want. Let's just do it.
Go ahead, Fuzz.
Hey, but no. In all seriousness, I do believe that.
Seriousness.
I don't know.
Fuzz
like,
drunk.
dog. Law.
I'm drunk.
Listen, James hasn't dog. You've been on a team all year. You've been hurt.
Right.
You've been it's time, bro. At a point, you got to play and do something. Or at a point, you gone, bro.
Hold on. Here's another thing, Foots. Not only did they sign T.Y., Jerry said, "Hey, dog, we about to sign Odell Beckham Jr."
Dog, that's what I'm saying. Like,
James,
it ain't looking good. Hey, Scott.
Got no knees, you feel me?
Hey, Scott, it ain't looking good for you, James. Like, somebody need to go knock on James' door and say, "Homie,
you better do
need
something.
to wake up." Right?
That's why it's a tryout game this weekend.
It's rap.
Like,
Biggest thing for James,
like,
man.
you can't be getting roughed off. You don't have that. Y'all see my hat, James? You can't wear a hat like this, homie. You got to listen because you can't get roughed off, bro.
Odell ain't got no ACLs, fam,
bro,
and they trying to bring him in.
Right? What does that tell you, James? This ain't good, dog.
Yeah.
Like, James, somebody get this video, James, wake up. You can't be getting crunched like that on a slant, falling down.
James,
getting
wake up. I don't like
bro,
this.
You're right. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I've moved James Washington out my plans because he hasn't played.
Me too, bro. Like, whatever he can give you is a bonus.
Yeah,
that's it, Scott. Like, this is a 2-hour talk. Ain't no more political talk.
It's James
like,
Washington versus Jalen Tolbert, right?
At a point, Law, like,
wait. It's even worse for Tolbert. If they bringing in no ACLs, Odell. No ACL Odell bars.
What?
They bring it
gotta
in
be between Tobert's ears though for this to be a thing though, Scott. Like
Tober gotta be
between the ears.
But look though, Koye, listen, we could be like, look, man, Jalen Tolbert got to be smart enough to pick the playbook, but Jalen Tolbert lined up at corner versus Green Bay, like, you know what I'm saying? He don't know how to line up yet.
He got to be a dumbass, man. There's no way. Like, how hard?
But I'm gonna say this though, because I was married to that pick. I love the Tolbert pick. I do want to just.
I like him too.
Here's where I think the problem is with Tolbert.
Yeah.
McCarthy put so much pressure on him, saying that he can do all positions.
Yeah.
And he comes from South Alabama. No disrespect. But he comes from South Alabama.
That was all the disrespect.
The motherfucker's playbook ain't that, you know what I'm saying?
Enunciated on South
Alabama. Not Alabama. South.
He from the bottom of
Not
Alabama.
SOUTH, SOUF.
He's not from close to Georgia. He from Mississippi.
He comes from South Alabama. So he has a talent, right? But when you come in here, and I asked Will Greer, I don't mean a shameless plug, but I asked Will Greer about this playbook and whatnot, right?
Scott, name dropping Scott.
I'm just saying. But I asked him, I said, hey, man, what's this playbook like for the quarterback and stuff? Is it difficult? He said, man, it's extremely hard. You know, but fortunately, we got a veteran quarterback like a Dak Prescott. If you think it's difficult for the quarterbacks, right? What you think it is for receivers who are rookies from South Alabama, right? This is the playbook. This is the playbook in South Alabama. They hold up a motherfucking card like this.
Hey, route and everything.
They be like,
run. Got a name on it.
Scandal. That's it, and that's the play.
And they hold up now.
Be like over Forrest Gump. Be like over Forrest Gump. The crowd hold up a sign to say "run" and stop.
In the league, bro, it's a whole lot more than that.
Oh yeah, you know.
and you know, he just got to pick all them things up and the nuances. And what did McCarthy say? He said it's all these option routes. And so you got Jalen Tolbert. And let me bring it back. McCarthy said that he wanted Jalen Tolbert to learn all the positions. Fam, he need to learn one. He can't learn X, Y, and the slot.
Need to get good at one.
He need to learn one. So I think he's struggling with learning all the stuff right now from a mental aspect.
Dennis Houston. Is Dennis Houston better than Jalen Tolbert?
Dennis Houston.
Yes, he is. He got on the field and did something.
And then they got on the field. They took his ass right off that
right back out.
I like Tolbert though.
No, they cut his ass.
I ain't never seen nothing like Tolbert before.
Dennis Houston had one shot. And they was like, all right.
Hold on, time out. Can I go back to that real quick? Like I understand we 10-3 right now. We feel a little better. But dog, they ran Dennis Houston out there as wide receiver 3 in week 1, fam.
That's crazy, bro.
What?
Dak ain't
against Tampa.
Dak can't even look over there. Dak can't even look at that motherfucker.
And it was like, well, Dak
that's
Prescott.
why he's gone. He probably said something to Dak about not looking at him.
Them people talk themselves into put Dennis Houston on this team because he's in the right place at the right time.
And practice.
And before we could take our pads off, they say, yeah, man, Dennis ain't gonna be it can't be Dennis. It can't. They had to make Gallup come back earlier. Gallup limped back with a cane and shit, wasn't ready. Had to get Dennis Houston up out of there, sir.
Hey, so what do that mean about Simi?
He hurt. He got hurt.
Simi hurt.
He was hurt week 1, week 2.
Now Simi played a little bit in week 1.
Played a little bit.
Okay. He did.
But you know what? Even to
Jane Washington.
I was about to say, even to him being hurt, like your availability is your best ability. So like, come on, bro. Even for you, it's year 2. You can't make it through an NFL season. What's going on? You know, so
year 2, big year for Jalen Tolbert, bro.
Yeah,
he's gonna make a big leap.
So before we get into this next nuance topic, I was pulling Mike McCarthy sound clips the other day, and did y'all notice that Mike McCarthy answered every question with the first 3 words, and then he get into his question? Have y'all noticed this? Let me just play this for y'all.
I think the biggest thing is, the biggest thing is, the biggest thing with Trevor is.
Did y'all notice that?
He's the equivalent of Reek. My thing is.
Last one, y'all. Last one, and you know, we all film.
I'm yawning, so y'all know the chat box about to have a blast. I don't know.
How you come late and ready to be out?
You ain't got no glasses on, so we can see your eyes, man. You can fall asleep.
Oh, you better stand up like a lawyer. So, last one. I'm gonna ask this to everybody, but I want to start with Koye. You know, Koye is my defense guy. I always go to him for the nuanced defense things.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
More or less. You know, man, Jonathan Hankins got hurt, man. Sucks. You know what I mean? I'm like, God damn.
Big loss, huge loss.
Luckily enough, I think we'll have Jonathan Hankins back for the postseason, so that's fantastic there. Carlos Watkins low-key been one of your best interior guys. You understand? And it's a lot of guys that could get more reps.
Right.
But I just wonder, you know, do they think they think highly enough to Carlos Watkins to give him more reps? So Koye Media, more or less between now and the postseason, does Carlos Watkins get more reps? Or does he like stay even, or does he get less?
I think you gotta put Carlos Watkins on the field a little bit more with the way he's been playing all season.
Yeah.
And I say more also because Dan Quinn doesn't miss out on anybody. And I heard him give Los credit a couple times in his press conferences, and that's, you know, you don't get that much time to name drop, but I've heard him speak of Watkins a couple times this season already. So that shows that the respect and the recognition is there. They're not like wondering what he can do, and he's putting it on tape. So if he did get less, it would be because of something being wrong with him. Maybe that's why they went and got Anthony Rush. Who knows? But if he did get less, I would be surprised. I think you got to put him on the field at this point more. Him and Big Bo. Yeah.
See, now, Will, still, what actually made me think about this question is, you know, people have been asking me, yo, Voch, have you watched film on the Rush Kid? And I say no, and I'm not. They're like, Voch, well, how much are we gonna play the Rush Kid? I'm like, well, we got dudes on this team that could probably be, you know, getting some of those reps that we know, like Carlos Watkins, right? He made me, you know, that kind of made me think of this question. I will still. Do you think Carlos Watkins will play more or less between now and the postseason?
I think he'll play more until they figure out if Rush can fill in a little bit for Hankins. I think there is something to Dan Quinn wanting 2 big boys because he went out and traded for Hankins. They drafted Ridgeway. Now they got rid of him, right? But still,
Bo gained weight.
Bo is Bo, right? So they do want 2 big guys that can go 330 plus.
Yeah.
But we don't know if Rush gets called up this week. Anthony Rush, by the way, Cowboys Nation. Then that will answer our question, right? Like they clearly want to have 2 guys on, and they should, because teams are going to try to run on the Cowboys, and you want 2 guys that can hold, you know, blockers, right? Yeah. And Los has been doing a fantastic job at his role, but Los's role I don't think should change because Hankins is out. I don't want Los to go 50 snaps. I need Los to stay in that 25 range. 25. If I get Los to 35, 40, now 290, 298, 300 start feeling like 285 after 35 snaps. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I would say, again, I hate to be like this, but push. Like I don't want it to be more, and I damn sure don't want it to be less. But I will say this, Voch, it will be more until they figure out if that rush kid is something.
100%. Law Nation, do you have a nuanced thought on whether Carlos should play more or less?
I truly believe that he's going to play the same. I think that size is size, and for the ladies in the chat, they will all say size matters. And Anthony Rush, man, he's.
What you say, Law?
What you say?
Hey, size do matter, man.
Can all the ladies in the chat come forward, please?
All the ladies.
Just lean forward.
I'm tired of seeing all these dudes.
I ain't
Man.
going back.
Please.
Yeah.
Ladies.
Ladies. Just for ladies. Because Jonathan Hankins, he's a
Your
big.
mama show does care.
That 45 right there.
Shout out to
They're
Boston.
gonna try to fill this spot. So they may bring up Anthony Rush. He's suspect against the pass, but they just looking for something to stop. So how big is Carlos? So they decided to work this thing out. So they just pause. Yeah, pause.
You know what?
It's an evil world we live in.
Oh, you can't be talking about all that ish. All the ladies in the chat, how big are you think? And then how big is Carlos? Pause,
How big
motherfucker.
is
Yeah.
Carlos juxtaposed to
Juxtaposed to Anthony Rush? Hold on, Law. What are we doing?
Hey,
I'm not
Law, you walked into that one, Law.
Pause. But we only got one big guy in this big bowl right now.
No.
Oh!
Just stop talking.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. He's walking right into this. What am I supposed to do?
Wait a minute.
Yo, put the
I
mic
only
down,
got
Law.
one big guy.
I'm 40. I'm a man.
Get Law.
Just say, man. Carry on.
But here's the thing, though. We got 4 weeks to figure this thing out, man, and hopefully the boys that we do have can fill in. See, everything I say is gonna fill in that gap.
The boys that we have can fill in. In the show.
Time to go.
It's time to go.
Law can't even get his point out. You walk in there, man. You can't set it up that way. I'm
All
sorry.
right, here we go.
Oh, my bad. I'm gonna keep it together, man.
We're gonna keep together. Next question.
My bad, y'all. My bad. I'm just saying, it was too easy.
Basically.
Damn.
All right. What's the question? What's
Come
about
on,
Carlos?
Voch, get us together, man. Come on, you supposed to be
You
the
get it together, man. How can we?
That's
move
like
on with
DMX
this
at Belly. He just sitting over there just watching the
Oh.
and then right, and then he just watch them kill each other. He just sit there like, yo.
There's no. I was not gonna stop that content, man. Like that's what the people here for. You know what I mean? Y'all not getting this nowhere else, man. So if y'all want shows like this more often, man, tell them drop bags and we'll do it.
We'll do it.
Till then, we'll do it once a
Can't
month.
fake this.
Facts.
For real.
Right.
I asked Corey, Foots, did you have something on Carlos before we move on?
Then what you gonna say?
I look. He's too
The bigger the better, huh, Foots again. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Ask
No,
Matt.
don't. Hey, I ain't say that. You said that.
Go
You
ahead.
said
Tell him,
that. Nah, I legit just want to stop the run. Like, figure it out. Like the same way that you rotating the tackles, I want to stop the run, bro. Like,
what if I told you we were doing well the last 4 games? Though?
Hey, Sky, quiet as cat.
I know.
Yeah,
but Hankins was there though.
But Sky,
yeah.
Now I want to see how you do when you get schemed up.
Yeah,
you're gonna get schemed up versus Philly.
Yeah, that's very true.
You're gonna get schemed up versus San Fran. We know that this is so. I said this the other day. I was talking to a buddy of mine.
But you know what though, Foots? Pardon me, sorry, sir. The best way to beat scheme is to just whoop people. You know what I mean? Like you can scheme, but if you know what I'm saying, out physicaling people, you can typically beat their scheme, though, right?
Absolutely, Vaj, but okay, you've coached. You know that scheme. Like there are teams that run stuff, and there's teams that scheme you. Like I do like Purdy. I think the scheme is what's helping him
Oh yeah.
well. You know, if he was again with Jason Garrett, you'd be like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
But he's with Kyle Shanahan, who runs a certain scheme that if we get this, this is what we do. We're not gonna let you do anything else but what we do.
Right.
And the coach literally he's the last with the chalk. So I just want to see us stop the run versus those teams, and that's what the Eagles are doing with Hurts. I think that Hurts is a fine player, but I also think that Hurts is being. Michael was not wrong.
No.
So I just want to see how we stop the run versus a great old line.
Said it though.
That's a fair point, man. It's one thing, and I was talking about this leading up to those games. The Colts don't do anything spectacular from a scheme standpoint in the run.
No.
Right? They do nothing spectacular. The team you played last week does nothing but when you go up against the Eagles, they will do a lot of window dressing, make your eyes go this way, go that way. So motion. Can the Cowboys, do well against that? That's a fair question.
My fair assessment of this, though, to piggyback off of what you said, Foots, is who make the mistake first. If you go back to the first time we played the Eagles, right? We had them against the ropes if we didn't make the mistakes. 3 interceptions, or what have you, being super aggressive on your side of the field. I think that you had that game in the bag if you just play sound football. So I think that, next week,
field position killed us.
Don't make the mistakes. If the Cowboys don't make the mistakes, you can beat them.
Oh, yeah, we're a 1-point favorite for a reason. I mean, field position killed us in that game. Everything broke their way. Let's see how Jalen Hurts looks when he has to play from behind. Let's see how he looks when you have a Dak Prescott who can score even after a pick. This is why I've said that Dak has played his best ball. If you notice, after every mistake, Dak is still – I've known Dak Prescott to, in the past, after picks, it's like the game's over.
Yeah, he get flustered.
You know what I mean? He goes in a shell. He's not taking shots. Dog, he was still taking whole shots. Like, he was still middle of the field open, zipping it in there, dog. The throws he made to Schultz, like, there's only a handful of quarterbacks who can make those
better
throws.
put that Noah Brown throw in there too, man.
That was incredible. That was an incredible throw.
He broke on 2 plays. That play, they broke on it perfectly, and the play to Schultz in the red zone, everybody broke on that, and he put the ball where only Schultz can get it. So
absolutely,
you got credit. Yeah.
So I mean, I just think that I know this isn't. I'm sorry again, Bob. This wasn't supposed to go to Eagles talk, but
this is roundtable, sir. Go ahead.
When it comes to run game, I do want to see how we stop it against a good scheme. And I honestly like what Sky said about his rotation, because you're right. Will Watkins playing a lot is like he's limited. He's not the same player if he's playing more snaps. Right. So I agree there. But I just want to stop the run against a good scheme. You know what? You're going to see some of that this weekend. Like, I don't think that they have a great run game, but I do think that Doug Peterson schemes well, and he has a good offensive scheme. So you'll see some of that this weekend.
Yeah.
In the words of the great Law Nation, we need gap fillers. You know what I'm saying? And bigness in the middle. We need to be bigger in the middle and gap fillers, and that's how girth in the middle. Footset ass matters, things like that. So for sure. We got one last topic on the docket before we get up out of here. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Fantastic conversation we have here. Good back and forth, man. All our energy feel good, but boy, once this shit stops, we all going to bed. Except the Koye. He's going out to go party for another 3 hours. But the rest of us going a little bit. The rest of us going to bed.
Driving, I will be Ubering.
There you go, my guy. Be safe.
There you go.
Last one, and this is more so of a big picture Cowboy question. And look, fantastic job with the game that we did. We normally don't do games here. We normally just show up and just talk shit, but that went well. But one last question, just an overall Cowboy thing going into the postseason. Do the Cowboys play down to their competition? And part of this really won't even matter soon because all the competition is going to be like up there. But we'll go out and beat the shot at the Vikings, but competition has been down since then. And we've been winning And you know, we've been putting up our points, we've been playing our defense or whatnot, but you know, we haven't won in like a comfortable level fashion since then. And I'll take an ugly win all day, every day, because they let all the other teams have ugly wins. But I am curious, do y'all think that we play down to the competition? Let's start with Okoye Media, because I kind of saw him shaking his head a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't. I was thinking about it honestly when you said it, but I had to really think about it. But I say no, because the closeness of those games, like the Colts game, even though we only kind of took over the fourth quarter of that game, the closeness is coming from mistakes from the quarterback position, and not really his fault either. Like a lot of miscommunication, a lot of different things, like tip passes. So I'm not taking a shit on Dak when I say that, but without those games aren't close either. You know what I mean? And if you say that we're playing down to our competition, when you look at the Colts game, we still blew them the hell out. Look at Chicago, we blew them out. You look at the Lions, so on. I think the only game we played mistake-free football was against the Vikings, and that's why it was so lopsided. We're just not playing as mistake-free in those other games, but I don't think as a team we're playing down to the level of the competition. The mistakes are just making those games a little bit more interesting than they would be had we not made them.
Skywalker Steel.
What's the question? What's the full question? So I'll make sure I answer this right.
Do the Cowboys play down to their competition? We can beat the shot at the Vikings because we've gotten up for this team, and you know we played some of these teams that may be a little lesser than them. Do we play down, or do you feel like we're just looking so forward to the Eagles game and the postseason that we can let Houston get away with one? You know what I mean? We can let Driscoll and Mills get away with one. You know,
I just don't know how I can say no. Based off of the last 3 weeks, first half against the Colts, first half against the Giants, first half and really 3.5 quarters against the Texans. It's hard to say no. Packers, right? We saw it's hard to say no. However, I'm starting to think that might be such a loaded question because in the National Football League, it's hard.
Sure.
It's hard, right? Like a lot of teams are struggling with other teams that are down competition, right? Or just flat out losing. The Chiefs lost to the Colts. The Eagles, it took them a miracle drive at the end and missed field goals against the Colts. The Texans gave them a fight. So I just think it's just tough in this league, right? But what I will say is the teams that we're supposed to beat like that, for whatever reason, we don't come out and play a solid first half of football. It takes to the second half to get them going. And there's a gift and a curse to that. It's like last year we were saying, hey, man, we don't see no adjustments at halftime. We're seeing those now. We're seeing them come out and play better in the second half. But damn it, we want to see them play better in the first half.
Because honestly, what we did versus the Bears game, like we could do that any game, like the first 3 drives, 3 scores. You know what I'm saying? Fourth drive.
Well, you know how I feel, brother. The first 15, we don't. I feel like we just take that for granted. It feels like we just don't have a clean first 15. It just some games it feels like we're just trying to figure out what the defense is doing as opposed to imposing our will. I'd rather impose our will and make them have to adjust to us because we got a bag to do that. It's just a matter of Kellen want to bring that bag to the game. Yeah. Sure.
And, I'm sure we can all agree that the Cowboys are going to get everybody best shot. You know what I mean? Like, no matter who we play, they're going to play us as hard as they've played anybody all year. So it is important how we show up against any of these teams. Footsie King, do you think the Cowboys play down to their competition?
I don't think that we play down to our competition. I just think that like us, they're looking to, they know that the only thing that matters for this team is the playoffs, period. Yeah. Like you can't tell me that those guys they know they're in the playoffs. They know that they're going to win another game. They're going to be in the playoffs. Maybe not the East, even though that's still not out of reach, but maybe not the East, but they know that they are in the playoffs. Yeah. And so they know the games that matter. It was a point, right, when Micah Parsons, and Micah is Steele's guy, right? When Micah has a different level of rage, and I saw it when he hit Goddard in the Eagles game. Mm-hmm. You can see he really wanted to fuck Goddard up. Mm-hmm. And Goddard threw his hands up. Yeah. And to me, it was like you know that the Cowboys as a team are going to take their game up. You would hope that they take their game up for these type of teams and games. Sure. But if you're playing the Texans at 1:00 and Turpin muffs a punt and they get up, it's kind of tricky, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't say that they play down. It's just like, oh man, it's our little bros, the Texans. Oh crap, they're up. Let's get back. And
it actually helps us because it was those mistakes made it like a playoff atmosphere in every one of those games because we were playing with a handicap.
Absolutely.
So, my bad, Foots. I just wanted to say that because you was on that.
No, I think that these guys, I'll never forget when he really tried to destroy Goddard. And it was like, okay, Micah has that switch. That's like, all right, I see how y'all move in this game. I see how y'all are trying to chip me, block me. Yep. I'm going to make sure that you know what time I'm on. And trust me, Micah wants to beat the brakes off Philly. He's that type of guy. And so I think that I wouldn't say that we play down. I think that the guys are literally just ready to play the games that they got to play to get to where they're trying to go.
That's what I think, Foots. I just think that, and kind of like just like us too, also, right? Like, in the middle of the season, man, we'll come in here and do some content like, hey, let's talk about the Bears. Hey, let's talk about the Lions. And Jacksonville's a good team, right? But now we're doing content this week, like, man, I mean, Philly next week. Just waiting to get the Philly. I'm waiting to get the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So if the Cowboys are going through some of that senioritis, it does make a little bit of sense to me. You can't have that. You gotta play everybody equally or whatever. But I just know that they can't stand them Philly. It's gonna be a hell of a game regardless of what happens. But the Cowboys win, bro. I'm terrorizing the internet. So it's gonna be it's gonna be a day for content.
Dallas is going to be Philly, bro. Like I'm telling you that now.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know why they're going to be Philly? Because Philly hasn't played a team who can score like Dallas.
True.
Law Nation, while I think about that, do the Cowboys play down to the competition?
I think teams play up to us.
Ooh.
And it's visible. And it's not just the teams, it's also the aficionados. I know that any pivotal call that they call, it could be a situation that it get publicized. Remember the index card game, right? It get scrutinized and things like that and beyond. So everybody playing tense, whereas the Dallas Cowboys, the most visible team, they try to play up. They heard all week, Auntie Shirley, Mama, the dad talking about, ooh, baby, you finna play my Cowboys. All that week they done heard things about the Cowboys, and so they want to rub one in on us. So that's just how it is. I think the Cowboys always try to exhibit that. And under Mike McCarthy, he's been doing an excellent job of keeping his team laser line and focused. We had every excuse this year to fold up like a wallet or a lawn chair, and we haven't done that because of Mike McCarthy. I think that Mike McCarthy brings that element of, hey, we down without Dak Prescott. We down without Tyron Smith. And we were still able to win games. We won 10 games. We haven't done this stuff since the 90s?
95, 96, back-to-back 10 games. 10 wins,
Yeah. We had every excuse to fold up, but we're not. And I think that we play in the right spots. I think teams try to play up to us, including the aficionados.
That's fair to say teams play up to us. But this is, and I'm not going to contradict myself here because I said this week, I'm definitely one of those prisoner of the guys that say, hey, teams play up to us. They treat like playoff game, yada, yada, yada. But guess what? That's never going to change. You're always going to have the star on your helmet. You're always going to be the Dallas Cowboys. So to me, that's a given going into each game, speaking for the team, the players, the coaches. So you got to match that level. But that is fair, Law. Teams definitely play up to us. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's teams playing up as opposed to the Cowboys playing down. But you got to match that level of intensity that they're going to come play with.
Quickly, I have one last question and just short answers as I go around the round table. Over the next two games, Jags and Eagles, what's the Cowboys' record? 2-0, 1-1, or 0-2? Law Nation.
2-0.
Collier?
I say 2-0. I think Derrick Henry is the only thing that the Titans got, and I think a power backs play into our hands lately. So I don't see him going off, and I think we can seeing the Eagles twice. I think we'll beat them. So no.
So it's about the Jags and Philly.
Jags and Philly, yeah.
Oh no, we're going 2-0.
Will
we're going 1, plus 1 with the great 1 equals 2 and motherfucking no. We not losing no goddamn feeling. No, I'm just playing to it though, bro.
Talk your shit, Will Steele. I don't disagree with you, Will Steele. Ain't nobody disagreeing around here, Will Steele. You talking your shit, Will Steele. Ain't no Jags finna do nothing to us. Ain't no Eagles finna do nothing to us. Michael Parsons wasn't lying. You wanna know how you know Michael Parsons wasn't lying? Because Von Miller was over there like, hey. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. What's wrong with them? Ladies and gentlemen. Okay. The Roundtable.
Man, what a show.
See, I like the long ones because normally Voch be cutting them off and I'd be like, wait, hold on, man. I got a whole hour in me, man. But I like this one, man.
You know, man, I try to be respectful to everybody's time, man. You know, Law Nation is doing incredible things. Koye is doing incredible things on and off of YouTube. Fuster King was just DJing before he left here. He coaches football. He does this work. He does the music. He plays at church. I don't like to bother the hell out of Fuster King. He's a busy man. Me and Will Steele, I know how you get down, Will Steele. You know what I mean? You the best in the business. I don't want to just be bothering Will Steele out here. So, of course, you know what I'm saying? You know, I first threw out the idea of these shorter shows, but when we made it to the, Roundtable chat box, we had a meet. We just met about it, and I took y'all counsel. I was like, "Yo, Voch, when we get here, we enjoy ourselves. This don't feel like work. This don't feel like we doing the show. We just chopping it up." So, y'all, the audience, y'all have the privilege of just watching, people that genuinely have love for each other chop it up. You know what I'm saying? So, shouts out. Let me tell you this about some genuine shit, right? I watch everybody's content, right? I'm not just, tomfoolery, right? Like I watch Will in the morning. After Will, I watch, Law, Koye will go live after Law, something like that. I'll go live. Me and Fuster King rap every Sunday. I was in a Koye chat. What's good with you, big dog? What's good with you? Shouts out to you. That's different. That's different. That's different than the last one. I was trying to be serious. Tom says,
Wisconsin forever.
Wisconsin. That's an inside joke. Like I was saying, what I was saying, what I love about it, man.
Like?
What do you look like?
Jeff Bezos.
Stone Cold. Like a Stone Cold came over there.
They look like Jeff Bezos.
Go ahead, man.
We literally have a genuine love and respect for each other. We're not just co-workers. We're not just dudes that just hop on here and just, talk our shit, man. I was on one of Koye videos, man, and, somebody was giving props to Koye. And look, I love people giving props to Koye, man. It was like, man, Koye, if you did this full time, you could be better than Law and Voch and da-da-da. And in my mind, I was like, yeah, but we're not competing. And I clicked on the competition and Koye was like, yeah, man, appreciate you for coming through and showing love, but we not competing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, love Koye for that, man. Look, dog, like we not, it don't matter what y'all say, man. Y'all can hop in all our chat, but man, these is my guys for real, dog. Koye will slap somebody for me. That's real. I will slap somebody for Will Steele. Me and Will slap somebody for Foots. That's real. Me and Law, my OG. I publicly say this all the time. Law's my OG. Same city. He's a decade older than me, but that's my guy. Crazy. You know what I mean? So this chemistry didn't just come from nowhere. Like we don't practice this. We don't rehearse this. We get roundtables every now and then, but when we come together, we just genuine friends talking ball. So that's what we have special here, and we appreciate y'all coming through and tapping in with us. Fuster King, tell the good people where they can find all of your work, sir.
Cowboys Nation TV, guys, thanks for having me. Sky, I'm gonna watch you in the morning. Voch, I watch you throughout the day. I don't catch you every day, but I catch Sky for about 30 minutes. Then I got to get back to work. And then Law, everything that you, like I said, I caught the joints you did, Law, with the NFC East joint. That joint was hard. I can't keep up with Law videos though. Law drop a video every 3 hours. That man is different, bro. He's different.
Let me tell you something about.
If somebody got signed right now, Law will turn this off and the video's done right
seriously,
after.
When we sign somebody, I literally go to YouTube, go to my subscribers, and I go to Law because I know he'll have all the information I need. And then in the morning, I'll be like, all right, Law gave me what I need, so I'll let the people know this is what we signed. Like,
this is what he can do.
I don't even need to Google.
Hey, listen, fellas, you already know it's a brotherhood with this group. It's dope. So thanks for having me, Voch. As always, thanks for having. And I stayed awake the whole time.
Yeah.
Foots, where can they find you, Foots?
I said Cowboys Nation TV. Then I
You
said
told them boys where to find Law. You ain't say where to find you. All right,
Cowboys Nation TV for sure.
Koye Media, my good sir. Where
Yes,
can the
sir.
people find you, man?
AKOYE Media on YouTube, man. IG, Twitter. That's about it, man. But yeah, appreciate it, man. Like Foot said, follow all y'all. Been doing this for a minute, and I genuinely, I don't care to talk to nobody, man. I talk to y'all because I really enjoy talking to y'all. I have fun every time we all come together, even when we argue. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like when he said, I tell the truth even when I lie. Like I enjoy our content and our talks, even when we're arguing and we debating, man. It's always love and it's never animosity, man. I love this. I love this team, man. Really do. I love this group. Not the Cowboys. I'm talking about this team right here, man. I love it.
Fantastic.
Santa Claus on the ceiling. Big Willie chilling. Pinch the Grinch for being a holiday villain.
Will Skywalker still, sir.
Hey, man.
We are so proud of you, man. Time out there. We are so proud of you, Will Skywalker still, man. Let me just hit this button for you one time, dog, because you just, hold on, man. You just hold on, bro. You know what I mean? You know, you are the fifth E in the round table, you know what I mean? Once upon a time, the round table only had 4 E's in it. And you know what I mean? I was like, hey man, the round table, the best show in the business. Let's put it with the best production in the business to see what happens. But your ass fit right into this equation perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Then me working with you, man, we have developed this fantastic relationship, man. You another big bro of mine. You look 15, but you another big bro of mine. You are older than me. You know what I'm saying? And just the work that you put in around Cowboy Nation, man, you deserve flowers also, sir. Tell the good people where to find you, man.
Salute, but I blame this dude above me here to my right for people thinking.
What you doing for your 48?
This is what I'm saying. This motherfucker, dog. He literally got people thinking I'm 48 years old. It's ridiculous, man. I love y'all, man. But
hit that centennial.
Love you too, man.
Oh, crazy. You can find me on Twitter at Skywalker still, man. Every morning, 8:15, 8:30, it depends. Central. A to Z Sports, Dallas. Listen, we could the flowers that we can give each other is could be endless, right? But I truly, and this is no lie, I learned something from all y'all. True, that's dead ass, and that's why I incorporate a little bit of what I do. And this is no lie, involves a lot of what y'all do over the years. So y'all, man, y'all the best, man. I appreciate y'all, love y'all, and Cowboys Nation, love y'all too, man.
Yep, love you too, man.
Brother Law Nation, my OG. You wouldn't get Cowboy advice if it wasn't for Law Nation. Tell the good people where they can find you, sir.
Oh, my. Law Nation, man, on lawnationsports.com, as well as Law Nation on multiple outlets. That handle, Law Nation, under Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I would say this, man. We got a unique group here, and I really, really appreciate this panel, one of the best in the business. And I just want Cowboy Nation, look, drop all the comparisons. It's the robber of all joys. Look, we got uniqueness, man. Okoye, man, prove it with the film. Just a good blend of quality content, man. And the dude always delivering. And as well as with Foots the King, I think he brings a lot to the table. DB, phenomenal. Draft time for your mind, phenomenal. And Skywalker still, man, second to none as it relates to his production. His morning show is top, man. Just good blend of quality and the way he brings in the content and allow people to talk and listen in to his stuff, man, it's just remarkable. And my guy, my dog, Voch Lombardi, bringing everything to the party, man, doing things unbelievable, man, from our neighborhood. Man, talking about the volume as well as being a voice of the community. You guys don't know.
Amazing.
When we was out there in Oxnard and Derek Eagleton was like, hey, I watched your show. He was like shaking like a fanboy, and that's what I love, man. The ability to shake the nation and knowing that we got people from 4 corners of the universe. If we wanted to, but we just not like that. I know Voch can, and I know Skywalker can, as well as me. We can literally reach out to David Hellman, and we can be on Fox just tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. He can Skype us in or put us in if we wanted to, but we let David Hellman shine, So the power of the Cowboy Nation is all on this panel right here, the round table. And I appreciate you, Voch, and I appreciate you, Sky, and Okoye, and Foots.
Likewise, bro.
Hey,
That's heavy, man. That's heavy, man. Let me wipe
That's
my
heavy
sweat
from a
on now.
real OG, for real.
Let me just wipe my.
Mama
Let
sure
me just
does
wipe my
care
sweat
about
on
your
now, man.
school and stuff.
Man, listen, man. I appreciate y'all boys, man. This is really the best show in the business, and I am looking for a sponsor right now so we can make this thing a little more regular, man. I just this thing ain't nothing better than this thing right here, and you can tell when the people come out and respond to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we can be like, oh well, you know, I'm going live. You know, Koye is going live. You know,
Yeah.
but when I say, hey, like we going live, it's shit.
It's on.
What time y'all going live? And I can't tell them at 8:00 because Foots may make 8:30. You know what I mean? Like we just this thing different, man. This thing different. We won't be doing this anymore till February because Skywalker still is superstitious. But if everything goes the right way, that'll be a hell of a February show. We'll get y'all ass 3 hours if we can do that. If that happens.
No. Koye and Foots would need to fly down here. I think I'm playing.
We are.
And we will do a live in person.
I was coming last year. They just lost. I was like, well, damn. Well.
Honestly, we probably should do that anyway. Like, cause we going to
I
the
was
playoffs.
coming. They was like, they was out of there.
What, though, Sky?
I would do that. Forget.
I think I paid for a ticket and all that.
I'm just a little stitious,
to add
but
to
I'll
you-
throw the stitious away if y'all come down here for the playoffs.
To add to what
I'm
you
coming
saying,
for the
Sky,
playoffs.
I'm kind of scared to come for the playoffs. I've been twice. We've lost twice.
Because you're superstitious.
Stay where you at.
Just come to Texas Live then and kick it with us. You ain't gotta go to the game.
I don't gotta go to the game, bro. I don't know if I can go to the game.
Just come to
I'll be in
Texas
jail.
Live.
I'll be in jail.
You feel that way. I already don't want you there. Stay there. Stay
Stay where you at.
Hey,
But you know what?
listen.
But around the time of the hype, I'm be like, dog, I'm buying these tickets. I'm out there, dog. Like, it's so much love in Dallas. Like,
It is.
It's love, man. The stadium, the people, man.
It's humbling. Yeah, that's all I can say.
We're gonna work on it, man. It is definitely in the works. Cause like I said, you know, we rock with each other in real life. Like they may come down and chill. Y'all might not get a show. We might just chill or whatever. But I don't know. We'll see. Hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We love y'all to pieces. Please, no matter what platform you watching this on, go follow everybody else because we all do good work. I'm Voch Lombardi, by the way, VOCHLOMBARDI. You can follow me on Voch Lombardi and on The Volume Sports Network at 3 p.m. Central, Monday through Thursday. Y'all hold down for Dosey Wilson. Peace, Weezy. Till next time. Roundtable.
And it's okay to do your thing, but just don't do the least. I quit my boss and cooked that sauce and fed that to the streets. Sliding it like a wet flow, already fried from the get-go. Alligators look like gecko. Everything I do, they echo. Big facts, my bank on big man. My drip too wet, that spit can. Yo, swap me like Q-tips.